guys have returned to Port Nyanzura, just where you'd been on day 1. So, it's been a few months, though not much seems to have changed as you arrive. You see, like, same bunches of colorful people wearing the colorful clothes, some of them with feathers in their hairs, various races, pretty much any race that you can think of, or at least that's regarded as sentient and usually personable, can be seen wandering around. You also see things that you don't tend to see in the rest of Faerun, such as the occasional albino dwarf. I can never pronounce them. The bird, the really big bird guys. The ones with Erica, yeah, thank you. The ones with actual wings, not like the kenku. They're sometimes seen outside of, in other areas of Faerun, but probably none of you had seen them before you came here. And they're definitely not in the cities, at the very least. But here, you actually see some of them wandering around. At this time, you remembered that you had actually completed a quest for somebody, even though, they they weren't with you at the time. There was that dwarf that was at one of the taverns, hanging out.
Oh yeah, the dwarf wanted us to kill the dragon.
And you have now done that. You killed Tinder. You turned her into ice, and she shattered at the bottom of the mine shaft, which was actually pretty cool. All things considered.
I don't want to roleplay this. We don't have to roleplay this out, but Phaedra was also in the jungle a year before she met up with the party. So first point of business, or at some point, she's going to want to take a hot fucking bath, get a nice meal, and drink some ale. So that's on her agenda at some point in this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. From your point of view, you haven't been back here in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that the other 2 explorers who you guys met up with in Omu also haven't been back here in a while. Of course, Quentin's not here. But anyway, the last time you saw Hugh Hackenstone was over at the Thunder Lizard getting drunk. And he was the dwarf that you guys talked to.
Well, we should probably head to the Thundering Lizard.
And at this point, Phaedra, you feel like you're telling the party you're just gonna hang out and go get a bath. Now's a good time.
I am deuces. I'll meet up with y'all later.
Yeah, there's some fine bathing establishments here in Port Nerazus, considering there's some very rich people, and they like fine bathing establishments.
Doesn't have to be nice; just has to be hot. I need a good pint of ale and like a nice meal. So I will just make way. Doesn't have to be super bougie. I just want a bath.
Do you need any? Do you need any other comforts?
Not today, thank you.
All right. So yeah, that's probably not too hard to find. And I imagine all of those services together, it's about 1 gold for you. Meanwhile, the rest of you have made it back to the Thundering Lizard, and you find, either surprisingly or maybe not so surprisingly, considering his state last time you saw him, that one-armed dwarf is still there again, drinking, telling stories, grumbling about dragons, and all that. He seems like he's maybe been there every day since you were last here, which would be 87 days at this point. He's like a fixture. The current bartender is like eyeing him, was like shaking their head and all that.
He's worn a butt groove into the wooden stool he's been sitting on.
Probably, yes. I know that dragon and those kobolds showed up. Yeah, like, very drunk. So what do you guys do?
Fitz is just gonna cram the dragon scale in front of his face.
He looks startled and actually starts falling off of his bar stool.
We're back.
You don't have a problem with dragons in your mind anymore.
Give me 1 second.
There is still an old man.
Oh, he falls off and crashes to the floor. What? Dragons? Dragon? Wait, you went to the mine? He looks actually quite surprised.
Not intentionally, but yes.
Well, I'll be. He kind of like pulls out his beard and just stares at you with his eye and the red bitch is dead. And shakes his head. Well, we'll be able to get back to the mine. Get back all that. He just kind of rubs at his missing arm. Well, the little gadget that's there now.
You might want to take care to put any souls at rest, because we ran into a few spirits of what might have been deceased miners.
Oh yeah, and you go there, you might want to check up on our guide.
Guide? What guide?
Oh yeah, we left an old guy there.
What? you left somebody there?
Well,
he
we
shakes
didn't
his
mean
head.
to.
To be fair, he stayed behind while we fought the dragon.
Well, yeah, I guess if he was cowardly enough not to fight the dragon, he deserves
He holed
what he
up
gets.
in one of the sheds out front.
And I assume he's either still there, starving, or dead.
You killed those nasty kobolds, didn't you?
Kind of, sort of.
Yes.
What do you mean, kind of, sort of?
Well, these jokers, and she points at Threckmore and
Oh no, that had nothing to do with
the other guy. They're keeping him as pets.
Yes, that's alright then, as long as they're not in the mine anymore.
They're not in the mine anymore. Rest assured. Me and Damascus.
Although we
sure.
really didn't explore any deeper than the main shaft.
Well, looks like I'll be putting together a company. He licks his lips and pulls himself up the floor. You've done me a mighty fine service. I don't really have much to repay you with. Kind of like pats his pockets, and it seems like he's been spending all of his money on booze.
How about a share of the mine?
I suppose. What type of share are you thinking of?
She just kind of glances at the others and how many of us are in the party? 6 of us?
Yep.
36%? That's 6% each.
Thanks for a moment. How about 30 each? Sorry, how about 30%?
You can't divide that by 6 easy.
Sure you can. Each get 5% then.
She just kind of shrugs and agrees to it.
Just seems fair to me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Well, now that you're doing that, how about you guys hire some people to help me go back to the mine and just resettle it, since I don't have any money. He kind of grins.
What do you need?
Well, need a couple of willing miners, some people who are willing to clear stuff out. I mean, I bet there's still some bodies down there, right? Yeah. Maybe a cook or two. Or maid, that sort of stuff.
I mean, I guess if we have a share in this place now, we might want to
invest in it. Yeah.
Invest in it. Sure. Could use a couple days in town anyway, right? Restock, refresh.
Oh,
Flush the parasites out of your bowels.
Being stuck outside of nice living, it's kind of wearing me down.
I definitely remember why I left Chult in the first place.
Just not good food, huh?
Well, it wasn't even the food. It's just that, like, everything. It's like Australia. Everything wants to kill you.
Australia, but it's a jungle.
Yeah.
So Australia meets Africa.
No, Australia meets Brazil, probably more like.
That's true.
It's a bit hot, a bit wet, and a bit dangerous, but besides that, it's not too bad.
And there's dinosaurs. Don't forget about that. But basically, Hugh kind of thinks for a moment and says, how about you come back tomorrow, and I'll have a list of what sort of supplies an expedition party will need to reclaim the mine completely.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a great idea.
Alright, so he basically shouts to everybody that the worm mine is going to be reopening soon, and he actually gets a few weird cheers coming from some people. Apparently, with the look of things, they're cheering because they know that this guy's going to be leaving soon.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright. What would you guys like to do to do now?
Just a quick question. Last time we saw Artemis, he was on his way back to town, right?
Yes.
So he should be somewhere in town.
Yes,
Is
he
that
should.
the guy who had dragon bait with him?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the dude that's currently hanging out with Dragonbait.
And also the guy who had the awesome ring.
Yes. The Ring of Winter. Alright. So your plan is currently to ask about Artemis, see if he's around. So that would probably be either on the rumor table or something else, but I'll tell you what. How about you roll me a 1d100, those of you who are searching for him and other information, and we'll see how quickly you guys find him, or find information about him.
Am I allowed to roll if I'm just talking to people in the bathhouse?
A 1d100?
Sure. Yep, 1d100.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't roll because my computer keeps crashing, but...
I'm sorry to hear that.
You want me to roll for you?
Sure.
You got a 33. Fitz apparently is the only one that knows her way around here.
Alright. So, some of the new information you guys stumble upon is one of the things that a rumor's picked up, hearing that Chult was once a playground for a green dragon, and her bones mark the location of a hidden treasure trove. If you travel to Mesro and head east across the Laughing Gorge, then south toward Kur Sabal, you might even stumble on the dragon's bones and earn yourself a place in history.
Alright, hold up. Let me pull up a notepad and note. Well, is anybody jotting this down?
Can I get a repeat? I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah.
Alright. Chult was once a playground for a green dragon. Her bones mark the location of a hidden treasure trove. If you travel to Mesro and head east across the Laughing Gorge, then south...
Tablet went to sleep, sorry. I had my voice chat on my Surface. And it went to sleep on me.
Aw. Then south towards Kur Sabel, you might stumble on the dragon's bones and earn yourself a place in the history books. About the only other thing you pick up at first is more information about the queen you already talked to, the Medusa. Basically saying about how she was the most beautiful of all queens, and many people died of her, and then she built this garden called Nangalore, blah, blah, blah. So basically stuff you already know because you heard it from the horse's mouth, practically. Eventually, as the day winds down, you finally, Fitz, actually, finally wanders into Dragonbait. He's kind of like hanging out near the docks. He seems to be watching the water.
She would approach him and wave and hope he recognizes her because she looks like every other cat that's scrounging around on the docks for dead fish.
Yeah, Fitz kind of detects some sort of odor from him that seems to be a hello of some kind, or maybe just a happy to see you sort of smell. I have a question. Fitz, do you know a thieves' cant by chance, or do you just know party stuff?
I do have a level of thief.
So that's
I do have
assuming
a
you
level
know.
of rogue. I'm
Okay.
guessing I got.
If you have a level of rogue, then you have thieves' cant. Then you recognize him, attempting to sign at you, or give talk in thieves' cant at you, basically saying again, I remember you. We fought side by side for a bit against some nasty undead, and then we rescued some people off of a ship.
She's like, it's good to see you made it back safe. Did everyone from the airship make it back as well?
Yes, we managed to protect them. It was not easy going, but we managed to make it back here. I'm surprised that you have returned.
Well, she'd be like, well, we ran into a bit of stuff out there, and we figured we needed a bit of time to recuperate after everything we've been through. Medusas and snake folk and murderous suicidal tabaxi.
Oh my.
Your people, yes?
She's like, yeah, I wouldn't expect one of my kin to... I know they wander off to die on their own, but I wouldn't expect them to take others with them.
Perhaps that is why they wander off to die alone.
She's still like kind of just like, I guess that's not wouldn't have been part of her clan that they would go and take others with them.
He kind of nods. He slightly nods and kind of blinks his big reptile eyes.
So she'd just be like, "Where are you staying? Because my friends will want to. Where are you and your friend staying? So that my friends will want to catch up."
I'm not sure where he is. He went off from the port 2 days ago by water, and he has not returned yet.
So he went by boat somewhere?
Yes. I was. He told me that this would be a fast journey, only a day, and that I should stay here. But I'm surprised he has not returned. Perhaps pirates have captured him without me.
Well, that's not good.
I was hoping not to leave his side, but perhaps he also decided that he was burdening me.
Fitz nods and if my friends want to talk to you, will you still be here, or are you staying at any particular inn?
I've been curled up in the stables nearby.
Alright, well, I'll let my friends know where you are and what's going on in case they care to.
You are still in the same quest, yes?
Yeah, gotta figure out where this whatever soulmonger is.
Since he has chosen to go off on his own, even if he might need assistance, your quest is just as noble, and I should be helping you as well. Perhaps
I'm
it
sure
is even more noble, more important to the
you-
world.
Sure, you'd be welcome along if you choose to come.
Yes.
Would our group have been like agreed to meet somewhere at this or?
Probably back at whatever inn, like maybe the Thundering Lizard again. You wish to stay at?
Sure, it sounds good enough. Fitz doesn't need a bath or anything. She doesn't like water. She'll go around. She'll just like spend like a couple hours licking herself or something. You know.
Whenever I'm done, I will make my way back to the Thundering Lizard.
A nice, sweet-smelling dwarf woman, huh?
Yeah, she'll
Smell
invite
lovely.
Dragonbait to come back to the inn with her if he wants to join them on their quest.
The Dragon Fate seems to be following you now.
So she'll head back to the inn. Maybe try to do some performance to earn her dinner.
All right. Let's do that performance check then.
Yeah. There you go. She's just playing for her room and dinner.
Yeah. Some sweet smells coming off of Dragonbait seem to be joining you. In fact, roll a perception check for me, since you're at Tabaxi. Just out of human hearing, you can hear sounds coming from Dragonbait. Apparently, whatever type of language his people has, in addition to the odors, is actually too high pitched for human hearing. But in contrast, his tongue can also not lower itself down enough to pronounce human language, or common tongue, or any of the major languages that humans can speak.
Interesting.
So he joins up with you. You want enough money for you and your friends to stay at the inn for that night, as well as whatever meals you want for dinner and breakfast.
She's gonna sing songs about Medusas in flowery gardens and killer dragons and suicidal tabaxi. Basically, everything they've been through is going into like ballad form here.
Well, at least he's at the ballad of the deaths of the Windstars.
Yeah. At least it's a happy ballad.
And she'd mentioned the dude getting eaten by the dinosaur and
Len and Sarah.
Yeah, we lost 2 people to King of the Feathers. Mo, or the Crow. His name wasn't Mo.
Mao.
Mao.
Mao died at the hands of ghouls.
Yep. When Len died at the teeth of the T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically, the annotated bardic saga of our current quest status.
You seem to be getting a huge following. Oops.
Fitch just wonders why she's slogging through the jungle instead of just hanging out in port, but I guess she's got to get material somehow.
Yeah. And it's like, she's helping he's helping to figure out what the hell this thing, the soulmonger thing is doing. But at this point, given the amount of attention she's starting to get to gather from her songs, from the actual performance themselves, and the content of the songs, you could probably make a living doing this.
Yeah, but I'll run out of material after a while. I gotta
Yep.
throw myself into danger to get more
In addition to the money I already stated for paying for, this, and that, you get an additional 16 gold by the time that your ballot is, finished for tonight.
I'll take it. Come on, numpad.
So, what about the rest of you? What did the rest of you do? We had the dwarf getting a nice bath. What about the other two?
I'd probably just have a glass of wine and enjoy the music.
Yeah, fun needs a rest from all that adventuring.
Adventurer's work is never done.
Indeed.
All this keeps going and going and going until you fall off a cliff. Until you fall off a cliff, yeah. Or
and adventurer's work is done when they're dead.
No, not if somebody revives you. But then again, right now that's not possible. I mean, there's various people who would want to revive you if you died. So, what level are you guys at? Just trying to remember.
5, I think.
5th is what it says here.
We're about.
What's XP at? I don't think mine changed.
I'm at 10,504, but I don't know if that's right.
I'm at 10,650.
10,650. All right, I must have thought.
All right. Okay then. Next day comes, and you have the dwarf is there. He's looking a bit better than he was. He's still missing the arm, of course, and he's still looking a bit pale. Not an albino dwarf, but he just a bit pale. He says, you're awake. Now, if you're serious about funding the expedition trip, we're gonna need I'm gonna need a few supplies and some people to hire. He starts saying that he needs the equivalent of a draft horse, which would probably be a dinosaur of some kind. Let's see if they have actual price on the dinosaurs here. A cart to load supplies into. Plenty of water, or rather, somebody at Beastersill. Yeah. So basically, he wants to have a Triceratops to pull it, or no, sorry, an Ankylosaur to pull it, which is 250 gold. He wants a cart to fix to it, which is 15 gold. He wants to hire a few people, which be a couple of gold per day. That's probably another 100 gold. Snack cats. So after a while, he basically, I'm gonna round it up and go with, he's basically looking for 500 gold investment to hire enough people, guards, all sorts of people to bring down to Ormart Mine so we can restart it. Since you guys you're getting 30% of the profits from the mine.
With that being said, I don't know if you guys saw the messages I did, but we had a bunch of armor that equated to 1,950 gold pieces. Can we say, because I'd kind of bought that extra piece and hung back, can we say that we cashed in on that?
Yes.
And had that gold? Are you guys okay with that? And then using that towards this?
Sure.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to change the bank then, and I'll do that. So that'll bring us down to, that'll bring it down to 1450, and I'll put that in the party funds.
Right. So, which one of you is going with him while he, as the bank to buy this stuff, or are you just going to hand him the money and hope for the best?
Let's see.
I'm going to say we don't give 500 gold to a drunken dwarf who's been sitting around for 86 days in a bar with no cash. That's just my opinion.
Fan will make sure he does. This.
So Fawn is going off with him to buy the stuff.
I think I'll go as well.
Okay. So what about you? What about you, Shuttle? What are you doing?
I guess I'll go shopping too. I can't really think of anything else right now. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So you're heading out. You're shopping, and at some point, hold on. I think you might have already met her. Let's see. Hold on. Somebody approaches you, and I think that you might have actually already met this person, but I'm not entirely sure. I've just been thinking about it. Oh, no, you haven't. Or if you have, I didn't share her picture. After a while, as you guys are out shopping, gathering supplies for Hugh, instead of for yourself. Well, actually, you could also gather supplies for yourselves as well if you decide what you want to bring this time. This woman approaches you guys. She smiles warmly. Are you heading out into the jungle? She asks.
We will be
That we are.
So you look like you may have just come from it recently. Some of you are very ragged, rough from the trail, and she addresses this to Fawn.
Phaedra just kind of stands a little taller and just sparkles.
So, are you looking for a guide in the jungle, perhaps?
Possibly.
Well, I would be quite interested in giving it a shot.
What's your experience here with the jungle?
Well, I can serve enough as a guide. I know a lot. I know various landmarks around here, and if you don't need an extra hand at battle, I can at least carry your things, or even guide your beast. She's kind of looking at towards the ankylosaurus that the dwarf has now purchased to carry the cart.
Do you know, since you do know so much about, local landmarks and such, do you know anything about any green dragon bones in the area?
Ah! Yes, I think I do. She then kind of closes her eyes for a moment and recites a little poem that people have been saying, which is the Chult was once a playground for a green dragon. No, sorry, I can't do that. Chult was once a playground for a green dragon. Bones. Travel to Mesro, head east across Laughing Gorge and south towards Cur Sabel. Somewhere around Cur Sabel it's supposed to be. And I think I know how to get there.
What would be your rate for taking us there?
Oh, of course. It's not that far away, actually. She thinks for a moment and goes, it's mostly south from here.
How many other groups have you taken out in the jungle?
Oh, a handful, and the majority of them have come back.
Do I believe her?
Roll insight.
I sure do.
The only ones that didn't were a couple of drunken louts. They were paying me enough that I thought it would be okay, but then we ended up running into a pack of ghouls anyway, and those idiots decided to try to throw me under the bus, so when the ghouls were ripping them apart, I made my escape. Well, she didn't say under the bus, naturally. She probably said under, like, the Triceratops or something. Or under the cart. Under the cart, yeah. She would have said under the cart. She had throwing me under the cart, and so when the ghouls set upon them, I just slipped away.
I'm kind of turned back to
Sounds
the party.
perfectly fair to me.
And like just shrugging. Is this something we want to pursue? Has anybody else got anywhere they want to go?
Hugh, do you think you would be able to lead the expedition to the mine yourself?
Of course, of course. I know where I'm going.
Well, and I see no reason why we couldn't investigate these bones.
Yeah, there could be treasure at the base.
And anything that can help on our main quest would be great.
I'm all for treasure.
She sticks out a hand to you guys. I am Salida.
Fun. Play. Takes her hand and shakes it. Fun. Starflower. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
She kind of, like, looks at him for a moment and kind of grins and pulls her hand back and tries to shake hands with the dwarf.
Reaches out her hand, shakes her hand. Phaedra, pleasure.
Pleased to meet you. He looks around at the rest of your companions.
Give a short bounce, say, I am Galandan Ravenwing.
Charmed. Now, she thinks, she says, we'll have to travel south down the river for a bit to get there. Would you like to, sorry, I would recommend you buy a canoe, but of course if you wish to just head out on foot, I can do that too.
I think canoe would be faster.
Would be, yes. But I assume our trip is not entirely over water?
Oh, no. But it will be for many miles.
So do you know a safe place to store the canoes once we land?
Well, she thinks for a moment. We might be able to put brush over it and, store it there. There's plenty of, There's plenty of overgrowth that one can stash a boat in.
Well, I have no preference either way. What do my companions think?
I don't really mind either way.
I'm okay with portaging a bit if need be. So.
Alright then. So now that you've secured a guide, you have dragon bait following you. You're talking about buying a canoe, which I believe is how much? I guess there's a listing here. Alright, well, there's the stuff on insect repellent. Where's the canoe? I know there was a canoe listing somewhere. Ah, here it is. It's 50 gold pieces, and it travels at a speed of 2 miles per hour. And it can hold up to 6 medium creatures, which actually is a bit... Actually, I've got 2 more than that on there, but we can have the druid transform himself into a mouse. That's easy. Then it'll count as a tiny creature instead of a medium.
I mean, we should have enough to buy 2 canoes.
Yeah, we
Or
do.
there's that.
If you guys want to buy 2, I can take.
Might as well.
Okay.
That'll work even better.
I'm taking one.
That way you can have 4 and 4 and spread some of your equipment out. So, what else would your characters like to do for the rest of the day?
Let's see.
There's still those dragon, sorry, not dragon, dinosaur races and such.
Some dinosaur races. They're going.
Dragon races, amazing.
I'd be down for some races.
I want to ride one, but I have no animal handling.
I'm almost tempted to go back and ride one.
Quentin isn't here. We could make his character do it. I'm sure he has animal handling.
Yeah, I got +1.
Fawn wants to ride one again. He enjoyed the last time.
Basically, the last 2 characters whose players aren't currently here have just been quietly following behind you guys. They've just been shrugging anytime you ask them a question, and otherwise they're completely silent. But, yeah. So, the dinosaur races.
Fawn is confident in his animal handling skills.
Phaedra is not, but we'll try anyway.
I'm just gonna bet on the dinosaurs.
Hint, do not bet on Fawn.
I think Gildan will give a try his hand riding.
As you get there, you discover that the next race is actually tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, then we can spend another day relaxing and...
Yeah, it doesn't hurt having another relaxing day.
Maybe see if we can pick up some more information. Wander around town.
Alright. So that'd be the rumor mill again. 1d100.
I got a good one.
So did I.
Alright.
Quite get the 100 where I unlock the whole map.
The 2 birdfolk inhabit a monastery that hangs on the side of a plateau many miles up the Allung River, past the Laughing Gorge. The birdfolk are holding the last royal heir of Chult as their prisoner. For Fitz, you learn the great god Ubato loves mazes. If you happen upon a maze of any kind, trace a path through it. You will earn Upto's favor by doing so. Fawn, you heard the same thing. Thrackmore. You learned something that you already know. Dwarves are determined to reclaim Wormheart Mine, which they are now doing because the Dread Dragon is dead, which they have just now learned. One person telling you that rumor, and another person comes up and says, "No, I heard the dragon's dead. That the dwarves are finally reclaiming the mine." It's like, really? And then you just hear them debating against each other. Now you have probably the flush of satisfaction that you have done something good for these people. That's about it for today's rumors.
Also close to Laughing Gorge. And
yes.
That's where the bones are too, so we've got another one in that area.
I think you were also pointed in that direction at one point because you rescued somebody from there.
Yeah, is it Kir Sabal we're talking about?
Yep. You
It
did
might be
indeed.
worth visiting after this encounter or adventure.
So you just guys heading back to the inn to wait for tomorrow's dinosaur races?
Yeah. Oh, don't have anything important to do.
Of course, as soon as you get in, the people are see Fitz and say, "Hey, Bird, sing us another song. Tell us a tale."
Sure. Not quite as good as the night before.
What you do at least keep people entertained. They buy you drinks. They buy the rest of your party drinks. They buy you guys food. Seem to be doing all right for yourselves and gaining a bit of a local celebrity. At least Fitz is.
We're the entourage.
Yes, indeed. So the night passes uneventfully. You have full bellies, full spirits. It's now day 89. And you have come back to the dinosaur races. With their various odds and various riders. So it looks like some of the dinosaurs that you rode or saw riding before are back again, and they have some of them have new riders. For one thing, you saw some of those riders die last time around. So there are 3 races: one for 4-legged beasts, one for 2-legged beasts, and one for no holds barred unchained race, which is where people die. Many of the dinosaurs involved are juvenile, since fully grown versions can be too large and too difficult for riders to manage. Dinosaurs are stoutly muzzled and have their claws and horns blunted, and all but the unchained race. Now, what would you like to consider wagering on before I give you all the wagers? Or what would you like to ride? Would you like to ride in the unchained race?
Depends on how much you want to get it.
I'm thinking Phaedra wants to do Unchained.
If Phaedra's doing Unchained, Fawn's going to do Unchained as well. Let's do this.
I hope though. Let's all do it.
Look it. Take a hit.
Hey, you only live once.
Alright, so
Especially here.
do you wish any odds for the other races before we get started? Or do you wish to just totally do the honor
Well, I want to place bets since I don't want to ride anything. So.
Alright.
Fitz isn't that feeling that brave.
So are you there's odds on anything from 7 to 1 to 1 to 7. What kind of odds would you prefer, or do you prefer placing them only on your buddies?
Somewhere in the middle. Can I give one of my riders, like if I bet on somebody, can I give them bardic inspiration before they start the race?
Yes.
All right. Fine. You're getting bardic inspiration. I'm gonna bet on you.
All right. So the example, the types of map. Sorry, the bardic inspiration is different from regular inspiration. Bardic inspiration only lasts 10 minutes, and it stacks with regular inspiration.
Oh.
Basically.
It basically gives you an extra d6.
Yes.
That you can roll, like if you get an animal handling and you need like that extra little nugget.
Yep. Cool.
Whereas regular inspiration, I believe, lets you re-roll the entire thing. Now, the types of racing dinosaurs that are currently available are a young Allosaurus, a Deinonychus, a Dimetrodon, a Hadrosaurus, a Triceratops, and a young Triceratops and a young Tyrannosaurus. Or other, which is probably like Ankylosaurs and other stuff.
Can I like roll insight and see if I can tell if any of them look kind of like or is that a nature? What would you want to
Nature.
So like you know how you like go to a horse track and you watch the horses beforehand?
Yep.
Like insight, nature, survival. What would you want to roll to like just get an idea which
nature?
Ones... Oh, she's not very good at nature. So
Yeah.
You know that the Dimetrodon and the Hadrosaur are probably the easiest to handle.
Okay, Fawn will take the Dimetrodon.
Alright. You need animal handling. And you need to be able to roll at least an 8 or higher in order to keep the Dimetrodon on course.
Alright.
And I'll throw you in a d6 for save it and you know.
Yeah, I'll save it for when I need it.
Phaedra wants a Triceratops.
Okay. So that rolls for as long as you have as long as you have animal handling, you guys can ride. If you don't have animal handling, you can't.
Yeah, like, I don't have proficiency in it.
Oh, I'm not proficient.
Oh.
I have +1 in it though.
Yeah, I have a +1 in it, but I'm not, or a +2, but I'm not proficient.
Yeah, you'll fall off the dinosaurs if you don't have animal handling.
Well,
oh well.
What's Quentin's character's animal handling? Let's stuff him on one.
That is true. Let's see. So we have.
Actually, can we ride Quentin?
Yeah, can we turn Quentin into a dinosaur and ride him? Are they up to his CR?
Yeah, I think Deinonychus is.
Deinonychus. Oh, yeah, he's a +7 on animal handling.
Can we get him to either ride or have one of us ride him? Because that's not really animal handling at that point, is it?
I have everything listed for him under summons rather than shape change. Let's see what type of changes he can do.
I'm not sure what CR rating he's allowed to do up to at his level.
Yeah, I thought I got it differently. I was thinking.
I mean, it's not high. So.
Well, he should have at least one wild shape per day if he's a druid. He might not be.
Yeah, he should have 2, but if I remember correctly, the highest CR he gets is like 2 at.
I was looking at her spells, didn't look into there. 1/2. You can transform into a beast as a challenge rating of 1/2 or lower. So let's take a look at the dinosaurs. Okay. The Tome of Foes is pretty cool, by the way. It definitely is going to do well for when I run Out of the Abyss, because it's got the Demon Lords in it, and other things from Out of the Abyss, such as the Diro, so I don't have to type them in by hand anymore. Okay, he could definitely turn into a Pterodon. Oh, that's a flying creature, sorry, he can't do that, that's on the ground. See, all those dinosaurs are out of his...
I was going to say, I thought Xanathars has a list of stuff that's in the CR rating for druids.
Oh, that's right. Xanathars has it. Duh. As soon as you said that, I suddenly remembered. Oh yeah, it's that huge section. It's just all on bard changes.
They're gonna be
it's druid changes, and that's awesome.
Let's see, forest. He can do what? 1/2.
1/2.
I don't see any dinosaurs listed. Pteranodon, 1/4.
The Pterodon's
black bear, wasp, giant wasp, a goat, wolf. None of these are dinosaurs. I'm still looking. Giant goat, no. Giant goat, no. Crocodile.
Giant lizard.
Giant seahorse or reef shark. Turn into a reef shark. Flop, flop, flop.
He's done that before. He nearly fell into that chasm because of it.
it looks like all the dinosaurs are like 1 or higher.
Yeah.
Darn, we can't do that. That would have been.
And the pterodons are not qualified for the race. Pterodons are actually dinosaurs.
Oh, although they don't have.
Wait till they can turn into an Allosaurus himself.
Allosaurus.
I've got him. I ran over to my home game. So Allosaurus is challenge rating 2.
Yeah, he only did 1/2. I already checked.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nothing.
Plesiosaurus is 2. Pteranodon is 1/4.
But Pteranodon isn't qualified for the race because it's a flying creature.
At least this doesn't have any listed at 1/2. Or
yeah.
Ooh, Velociraptor 1/4.
Where?
It's going to be. What is this?
I don't think there's anybody small enough in the party to ride on the back of a Velociraptor.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a sheet copied, and it's got a Hadrosaurus, a Stegosaurus, Quetzalcoatlus, and a Velociraptor.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatlus is too small, and Velociraptor is too small for people to ride. A Deinonychus is big enough for probably the dwarf to ride. But the Velociraptor, and even an adult Velociraptor, is actually too small for anyone of you to ride. You'd have to have like a gnome or a halfling in your party. Maybe a goblin. But yeah, you guys unfortunately are all too big to ride on the back of a Velociraptor.
Let's see what D&D Beyond has for dinosaurs. Filter monsters. No, I said challenge rating 1/2 to 1/2. Darkling. Giant goat, giant seahorse. No. Lizard folk. I don't think there's any dinosaurs under 1/2.
Maybe one of those kobold children could ride on the back of a Velociraptor.
We don't have them with us, though.
Yeah, no. I was just thinking in terms of size.
And I'm not putting one of my kobold childs in danger. No.
Yeah, because there's a good chance they get eaten by an Allosaurus or a young T-Rex or something. Oh, there's a good chance that Quentin would then get eaten by the T-Rex again.
Well, actually, a Dimetrodon, it says here, is 1/4.
Oh, you can turn into a Dimetrodon?
It says on D&D Beyond, it says a Dimetrodon is 1/4 and it's in Volos.
Ah, good. Then you can turn into a Dimetrodon. One of you can ride on his back, probably the dwarf. Maybe Fawn, because he's light. Of course, technically you're cheating, and if you get caught, bad things will happen, but that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah, is anybody going to notice?
Hey, this is Unchained. There are no rules.
That is true.
The Hadrosaur
you can argue
is
that.
a 1/4 too. The Hadrosaur is a 1/4 as well. I'm still going through the list of monsters.
Any of you should be able to ride on the back of a Hadrosaur.
I mean, Fawn really wants to get back to riding a dinosaur, even if it is Quentin.
This is gonna somehow find itself into the annals of Tomb of Annihilation history.
As long as Quentin doesn't get eaten, like in the but he'll turn back into a dude.
Yeah, then he's more vulnerable.
And then get eaten.
And then get eaten more, but So it looks like so far it's either a Hadrosaur or a Dimetrodon. 2 legs or 4 legs.
Well, they said the Dimetrodon was easy to handle, right?
Yeah, but you don't need to handle him now because he's a person, right?
Yep, he's a dude.
That's a good point. So the 2 would have claws, correct?
Yep.
Well, then let's go with something with weapons.
Well, technically, the Dimetrodon doesn't have claws; it has teeth. But the Hadrosaur, would actually all of them have, actually nothing. The Hadrosaur has a long tail that can probably flick at people. And let's see what the actual attacks are for the Hadrosaur. It is a tail attack, which is what I thought. Whereas the Dimetrodon...
Which one has the higher AC? Like when it comes, and like agility, I guess, when it comes to... forget what kind of rolls like it needed. Animal handling, I think, guess it was. For...
The Dimetrodon has higher AC by 1, and this is its weapon. I'm actually surprised by the amount of non-dinosaurs on the dinosaur list.
So what's making the rolls in this race? Is it the dinosaur or the person riding it? Or both? Because can I give an inspiration to the dinosaur, to Quentin as the dinosaur, and to his quote-unquote handler?
Well, the skill check is for the handler, but since in this case it would just be Quentin, then it's only on the inspiration would only work for Quentin in this case. Because that's who's doing the attack and the damage and running.
I'll throw it on him just right at the start of the race so it lasts long enough for him to get through the race.
Yeah. In terms of speed, the Hadrosaur is faster. Hadrosaur has a speed of 40 feet per turn, whereas the Dimetrodon's only 30 feet. Hit points are the same on both.
Maybe the Hadrosaur then. I mean, it's only 1 AC and it's faster. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Speed's better.
Alright, speedy it is.
The attacks are pretty similar as well, so...
Yeah.
Alright. So, because it's a Hadrosaur, the odds are... Alright, so you'll get the odds when you present the Hadrosaur to the Gaming Commission.
And is there a limit? Is there a monetary value for the bet that you have to make?
No, actually, there isn't.
Alright.
So, there's a man in yellow who seems to be controlling the bets. Fun, you're the one writing, so you're the one that's presenting your Hadrosaur to him.
Yeah.
If you need a persuasion roll, I can be your sponsor.
So you go to him. He's like looking at the putting various people in the chutes, ready for the no holds barred race. And the other races are going on now. He kind of inclines his head and grins when he sees your Hadrosaur. It's like, ah! And what's this beauty's name?
Its name's Quentin.
That's an unusual name. Well, you can get Quentin all outfitted up here and, write down your information. He kind of holds out a clipboard for you.
All
Looks Quentin
Thank
up
you.
and down and looks over at, Fitz. Are you part of the team? Fitz? Voice check. Anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear.
Okay,
I
cool.
can't- Yeah, it doesn't look like...
Okay, so it's turtle butter thing, but since nobody responded to anything I said, I was like wondering if it was me.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
The little switch on my mic got that flipped that mutes it, so I don't know how that happened. I blame the hedgehog. Anyway, so if I say I'm if I'm sponsoring this dinosaur, can I not bet on it?
Oh, there's nothing against that. You can always bet on him.
Sure, then I'm sponsoring this marvelous beast for this race.
And how long has Quentin been riding?
As long as I've known him.
Which is how long?
Couple of years.
He looks over to roll a persuasion check on that. Actually,
hold on. I gotta wait for my character sheet to open back up. I
he
closed it
looks.
by accident.
Meanwhile, he looks over at Fawn and. How long have you been writing on Quentin? Sorry.
Only a year.
So I take it this one, he points over towards Fitz, is the owner?
Yes.
You're just the jockey.
I'm persuading you. Yes, I am super big owner.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's completely convinced that Quentin is just a dinosaur and that Fitz
he's
owns
the best dinosaur ever, I assure you.
Alright. Alright, then odds will be in your favor then. The odds will be okay. Let's see, he thinks for a moment and goes... I'm terrible at figuring out these odds things. Which one is odds that the thing will win, so therefore betting on it won't give as much money? Is that the 1 to 3, or is that the 3 to 1 sort of thing?
I want to say it's a 1 to 3.
Well, the 1 to 3, you bet 1.
Yeah, 3. So I think if it's 3 to 1, you bet 3, and then you get 1 for each.
So it's a ratio between the amount staked by the party bet based on expected probability. Let's see. Odds. We'll read the Wikipedia rate a thingy against on here.
Yeah, the maximum bet on anything is 500 gold, by the way.
I only have 20 gold to bet, but I'm going to put 20 gold on Quentin.
I'm going to put 5 gold on Quentin.
And is this to win, or is this to do something specific? Do you have a specific place that you believe that this is going to get to?
I think he's going to win. I believe in Quentin. And Fawn, I believe in you.
I'm going to play the 2 gold on Quentin losing and 1 on him being eaten.
Well, Thrackmore, obviously.
Okay, just keep track of your own bets, and we'll settle up at the end.
Yep.
Who's gonna be the one to tell him that? Yeah, you raced as a dinosaur and you got it by a T-Rex.
This wasn't my...
Assuming he's just asleep and not dead somewhere. Yeah, we'll be able to tell. We'll be able to have a good time telling him this story.
Let's just hope he survives.
Yeah, in all senses of the word. If not, Fawn and Fitz gets to tell him that his character died.
Yeah, we made you turn into a dinosaur, and Fawn was riding you, and they got it.
So let's see if another Fawn dies today.
Oh,
that reminds me. By the way, if you do get him killed, Fawn, next week he's probably gonna get you killed.
I know, but the thing is, so far,
Thrackmore, Quentin's actually running a game, an alternate Saturdays, and we're all players. And right now, he's kind of upset with Fawn's character.
Every time he tried to do something bad to me, I've always been able to counter it with my charmed person.
That only makes him more angry with you.
I know. But
at least it took the heat off of me, so that was cool.
It's like, oh look, the bandit
I got him killed twice in 1 week.
It's like, oh look, bandit leader, you're working for me now.
Well, and Boastol is Wolf. Anyway, so moving on to the race. You and Quentin are put into a little chute. You can kind of hear the roars of the other beasts all around you. And eventually you hear the magical equivalent of a loudspeaker, and saying, "Everyone, get ready for the no holds barred race, starting in 3, 2, 1, and the rough."
Like gives him a thumbs up so he gets his inspiration just as they're going out of the gate. She's just like double thumbs up, like.
All right, so beasts start roaring around, and fine. Give me a 1d100.
$100.
All right, so Quentin starts pulling on ahead as an Allosaurus connects with a Deinonychus, biting down and attacking. You hear the roars behind you as other things speed along nearby. The young Tyrannosaurus is coming up along the side of you, and it seems to be eyeing you hungrily. What do you do?
This is no holds bar, so anything goes, right?
That's what it says. Anything goes.
So how far away is it?
It's 300 feet away.
300. Okay, I can't do anything other than wait.
Alright, so give me another 1d100. Ooh. The Triceratops pulls on ahead as the T-Rex goes for you.
Oh god.
I'm about to make 3 gold.
Oh no, that's bad. See. I could make my dinosaur invisible. No,
Can you make it fly?
sadly no.
Can you give it mage armor?
I don't actually have mage armor. Ooh. I don't have mage armor.
Ooh. 16 damage to the Hadrosaur. Almost all the hit points. He's bleeding badly. It's a young T-Rex, so I had to sit there and calculate out half of that. The Hadrosaur strikes back at the T-Rex. You hear a roar from the T-Rex and a shout of the crowd as the T-Rex gets smacked by the tail. Roll 1d100. Oh, crap.
Oh crap.
Nice.
Wow. This is gonna be bad.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing for you guys.
I want to win my money.
The T-Rex attempts to chomp down on the hapless Hadrosaur again.
I'm gonna cutting words it, like to try to.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to.
Ooh.
It's right on our heels, right?
It's like right next to you. As you cast several words, one of the thugs nearby that's watching the race comes up to you, Fitz, and says,
Can I do it subtly, like?
Roll a sleight of hand check. Actually, no, I guess it'll work.
She just like subtly, like, kind of like, she's like, these are not the droid. That's not the Hadrosaur you're chomping on.
And let's see. At this point, after 2 rounds, they would be how many feet away? They'd be 80 feet away. That only goes 60 feet.
Darn.
Okay, so after that second attack, seeing as this is a no holds bars match, I'm gonna magic missile the dinosaur.
Alright.
Attacking us.
Meanwhile, it's chopped down on Quentin enough that Quentin is now revealed to be a person, and you hear a bunch of screams and boos coming from the crowd. Fitz, you might want to slip away at this point.
No, I can persuade them that I had no idea that he was not a dinosaur.
Also, this would have been my magic missiles against the dinosaur.
The T-Rex throws off its rider, was completely shocked by the fact that this was a person, and the T-Rex goes for.
Oh no!
It goes for fun.
Oh. Greetings, dinosaur.
Does that meet your AC?
It does, but I have shield, so It doesn't.
It tries to bite and kind of like misses. She's trying to worry you. Quentin, meanwhile, is attempting to run to get out of the web. The Triceratops has already passed. The Dimetrodon is now rolling up and attempts to attack him with the surprise rider on its back.
Fitz is attempting to push through the crowd to get closer so she can do the cutting words.
It's like,
alright.
This is problematic.
How far away are they from where we're watching? You said.
It's about 80 feet away. Okay. So, Vaughn, what do? You're just seeing the Dimetrodon chomp down on the hapless rider is like falling off. The T-Rex is looming over you. It looks like it wants to eat you.
Well, fudge. This is going south faster than I thought it would.
I got two really good rolls.
How about I did this on myself,
all right,
and then try and make my way to getting out of back into the crowd.
Are you going towards where Quentin is trying to get out, or are you going the opposite direction from Quentin?
Is Quentin in trouble?
He's being traumatized by a Dimetrodon, so yes, he's in trouble. There's also two other people laying there on the ground because there were the surprised riders.
Don't really have anything to aid him other than attacking, and I already used invisibility. So I'm gonna go the other way.
All right, you've reached you reached the fence line, and you're on the opposite side of the field from where Fitz is trying to make it to you guys. Fitz, you can't see Fawn anymore, but you can see Quentin on the ground along with two other people, and a confused-looking T-Rex and a Dimetrodon that's trying to eat Quentin. What do you do?
I'm gonna yell, hey, lizard lips, stop chewing on that druid.
Oh wait, if I cast visibility on a higher level, I could have Quentin as well.
Oh, just like you in the Featherfall incident?
Actually, I read the Featherfall.
Oh, just a one wise of their Metrodon.
I made sure I read the Featherfall. It wouldn't have worked.
Okay.
In that situation because they weren't falling.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Originally underground, so yeah. This
makes
case,
sense,
though, I could have saved him if he dies.
Yes. Alright, so... so, let's see, he's being attacked currently by a Dimetrodon.
Are you gonna give him a chance to like actually fight back, or are you just gonna let him get eaten?
I'm gonna give him a chance to fight back. He's also got some good HP, so let's see. I'm trying to figure out what the best thing for him to do since there's a T-Rex. There's a young T-Rex there too. Let's see. In this case, I think he would use animal friendship to try to keep Dimetrodon from eating him. Alright, so the Dimetrodon blinks at him.
Now it's stupid.
Yep. And it kind of licks him instead of biting him. So it's no longer a threat to him, and he bolts for the fence line and starts to attempt to climb it, which is acrobatics. He's halfway up the fence as the T-Rex looks around, spots the Dimetrodon's rider on the ground and chomp. There's a slight scream from the Dimetrodon's rider as the young T-Rex eats them. The Dimetrodon in turn attacks the T-Rex. Isn't doing any damage to it. Fawn, what do you do?
I have an hour until this visibility wears off. I'm gonna just keep walking through the crowd.
There's a fence in front of you.
Oh, I'm gonna climb the fence. Try and climb the fence down.
Alright, acrobatics.
I'm bad at this.
Can he roll his bardic inspiration?
Oh yeah, bardic.
Yes, you can.
I mean, 11 is maybe enough. It depends
1d6.
on what you're going on.
Roll your 1d6 to bardic inspiration. Alright. Yeah, now that's enough to scramble up the fence and get to the top of it. As you see the T-Rex eating somebody.
Wow. That wasn't me. Nobody sees me. Totally not me. I just vanished. I was a...
Quentin gets out a yelp as he falls back, falls off the fence and collapses back into the dust. He doesn't actually get hurt from this, but he's a little bit winded.
He should use his shape-shifting again and squidge under the fence as a rat or something.
Yes, he should. T-Rex is distracted by the Dimetrodon and goes for the Dimetrodon. Ooh. And it eats the Dimetrodon. The Dimetrodon's now dead. Quentin, do you do anything to help out in this situation? Sorry, Fawn, do you do anything to help out in this situation?
So I'm over the fence now, or? You're
on top of the fence. You saw Quentin fall off the fence. You saw the Dimetrodon and its rider get eaten. The T-Rex's rider is also running away at this point. The T-Rex now has a clear view to Quentin.
I would think it would still be eating the Dimetrodon. I wouldn't think it would be able to swallow that whole, but that's just me.
Yeah, I don't think it might just be biting the Dimetrodon in two and leaving it there before going after the squishy human that looks like a nice little snack.
So it wouldn't continue feeding like a normal creature would?
Well, no. I just said I was just saying that this is what Fawn sees. It sees the T-Rex munching on the Dimetrodon.
How far away is Quentin from me?
Probably less than 50 feet.
I'm gonna regret this decision. I'm gonna go back down and start making my way towards Quentin.
Alright. Quentin wild shapes into a actually, wouldn't be able to wild shape. Yeah, you would wild shape into a rat and start trying to dig his way out from underneath the fence.
I'm sure it's small enough he can squeeze under. I mean, they can fit anywhere their head can fit.
Yeah, there's probably like a little space gap in there, so he probably crawls underneath there and vanishes.
So as soon as Fun hops back down off the fence, turns around, Quentin's gone, it's like, guess I'm gonna have to climb back up the fence.
Meanwhile, Fitz, what do you do?
Seeing as they're look like they're safe, or I can't see where Quentin is or where Fawn is because he's invisible.
No, you can't.
I guess she would start working her way out of the crowd.
You just assume I'm safe.
Yeah, he went invisible. I'm assuming he's not in somebody's stomach.
You do hear some people calling and saying, "Where are those cheaters? Find them! Get them! Arrest them!" You hear a slight squeaking down at your feet, Fitz.
I'm gonna.
She's gonna pick pick him up and like tuck him in her bag and just keep moving. Like she's going to go into stealth mode.
Duck. All right.
I'm gonna have to do my acrobatics check to see if I can climb up the fence.
Phaedra leans over to Gally and is like, I think we need to finish our drinks. I don't think this is going well.
Nope.
You're gonna kind of like try to scramble on that.
True.
Your fingers are like not quite catching. You hear the sounds of wrenching, tearing behind you as the T-Rex eats the Dimetrodon some more.
Hey, dummy, right here. Hey, stupid.
God, not coming for me. Otherwise, I'll blow it to bits. Gonna try again.
Yeah.
Cock.
Yeah. You're still making your attempts. More like sounds of a T-Rex eating coming from over there.
Keep eating, T-Rex. Keep eating.
Oh Jesus!
It's going down.
Your athletics isn't any better, right? Your strength isn't any better. Your
No, my athletics is worse. So I still.
So you got like what, 10 minutes? I mean, you're invisible, right?
Yeah, I have plenty of time, but still.
Yeah, the T-Rex is still eating.
The second it stops eating, that might actually come get me.
But if it can't see you, they're sight hunters.
Could smell me.
I kind of assume given the dimensions of a T-Rex's head that it hunts by smell.
I'm going by Jurassic Park, where if you hold still, it can't see you.
Was that enough to get over the fence?
That's enough to make it halfway up the fence.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I'm relatively safe. Oh, please, acrobatics. Don't fail me now. Oh, no.
The T-Rex kind of drops the pieces of the Dimetrodon and sniffs the air, seeming to try to search for you. But it doesn't pick up your scent. Somehow its nasal passages are blocked. Your turn, Fun.
If this fails, I'm gonna have to use my actual inspiration roll it because I'm not. Okay. Come on. Successful roll.
Yeah!
Yay!
You vault over the fence and bounce off some of the guy's shoulders on the other side. He goes, hey! And still doesn't see you as you get there. You can notice that there's a couple of guards looking around, probably for you, but they have no idea you're standing there now.
Good luck finding you, idiots. I'm gonna try and find my way to Fitz.
So Fitz, where you know?
She's probably like being very, like, she's being stealthy, but if she sees Fawn, she'd like try to attract his attention. She's like
Fawn. That's the thing.
She didn't get very far, but because she wants to keep tab on Fawn, but she can't see him. That's true. So she's
Fitz is too good at stealth that I can't see.
Yep. So what about the other two members of our party that are currently active? What do you guys do?
Well, I think I want to go collect my winnings.
I say, well, he didn't technically get eaten, so no winning for you.
Can you produce?
Hang on. I bet 2 gold that he would lose, and he lost.
No, you bet 2 gold that he get eaten.
I bet 2 gold that he'd lose, 1 that he get eaten.
That gives him some pause and says,
And technically, Phaedra steps up. Technically, can you produce a body? Maybe he did get eaten.
That's a persuasion roll.
Yes, it is.
Very persuasive.
Yeah, even with the +2 from bathing recently, that wouldn't be enough to persuade.
Well, yeah. Well, I just shrugged.
Alright, so after some haggling, you get 3 gold tossed back at you just to get you to go away.
I'll take
I'm gonna
it.
roll a perception check to see if I can find Fitz.
Fitz would be heading back towards wherever they left that dude with the dinosaur the
I'm
dwarf
just
and everything.
wandering around right now.
Yeah, unless I roll really shitty on stealth, you're not seeing me.
Yeah, Dragon Bates has some kind of bird leg in cooked bird leg in his hand. It looks like he's like hanging out what we think of as fair food. And he seems to be amused.
She takes the little rat out of her bag and puts it on the ground. Once she gets back to the others, I guess, like when she gets back to the Hackenstone. Oh. She's like, well, that could have went better.
He turns back into a person and is like, just very looking like he has had a bad day.
At least he's still
Does
alive.
he have any actual wounds on himself?
He's been bitten by a Dimetrodon.
I mean, I'll
Pop a heal on him.
pop a heal on him. I doubt we're doing much else.
And by the way, Hugh already left with his expedition.
Oh, okay. Well, I would have gone back to wherever we were keeping our other followers.
I figured.
Tavern, I guess.
Yeah, the Thundering Lizard.
But like I said,
Yeah,
Dragon Bait's been following you around, so.
After a while of not being able to find Fitz, Fun would head to Thundering Lizard. Still invisible, but head there.
Nope, I fail at trying to make myself look like a different cat.
And you hear some people that's like talking, even in the Thundering Lizard, like, "Hey, did you hear about the crazy people that tried to, shape change into a dinosaur and join in on the free for all?"
What?
The stories are already like running rampant. Somebody said they both got eaten by the T-Rex. Another said the T-Rex chased them down past the winning line. Basically, all sorts of ridiculous.
Fitz is gonna try and sing about. Nope, she does really bad about trying to sing a ballad about it.
That's what I was gonna ask.
They actually ignore Fitz at this point and just keep sharing around this story of the crazy, of the crazy people that were, turning invisible, shape changing, and whatnot, attempting to defraud the dinosaur races.
It wasn't defraud. It was all no holds barred.
And somebody else even says, "Hey, did you hear that there's some sort of bounty on their heads? This meant
time to go.
Time to
gold to bring them before the magistrate." Like, you're just hearing all sorts of ridiculous rumors at this point, all related to your antics.
Well, it was all for the sake of a bit of glory.
That just went up in a group of flames.
We should probably head out now.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's let these rumors in the port die down.
Let's go explore some dragon bones.
Definitely not have anyone follow us.
Alright.
Before we head out, can we take 5?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go swap hedgehogs anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I will direct that.
And I am rubbing a small tabaxi, also known as a cat. Yeah, too bad Quentin wasn't here for that. flaky. That crust is very nice, but the consistency of the taste of the curd is a little bit metallic.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. The antics you guys get up to.
This is gonna be an interesting story to tell. Quentin?
Yeah, I'm just wondering where he is today. Maybe, like I said, I really hope he's okay. I mean, I was worried about you yesterday because you're usually here and you weren't for a while, but the Quentin's even more concerning because he's usually here half an hour early, and I didn't see him here at all. My fancy, we wait for people to show up. Very, very quiet here today. Very quiet today. Welcome back. Is everyone back yet? Whoa.
That was loud.
How are the hedgehogs doing?
They're alive and spiteful as ever.
Which one do you have with you now?
Bart.
He doesn't seem to be hissing as much as he used to.
Oh, that's because I have him tucked down in my pouch, and he's kind of... I'm sure if I pull him out, he will...
Hiss, hiss, hiss. That doesn't seem to do him any good.
No. No, he's not hissing today. He's just kind of balling up. Yeah. Yeah, you grumpy. Did you poop? You smell like you pooped.
Yes, how often do you have to clean that, the pouch? Every time?
No, they usually don't poop, but he did. He gifted me with a poop. Now he's got it. Ooh, look at that. You're pooping all. Oh, look at that. You're like. Wow, look at that. Wow, you got a lot of shit in you there, buddy. And now you got it all in your butt fur. I'm gonna have to go wash you real quick.
Okay. Ah, there's the hissing hedgehog. I never knew how much hedgehogs hissed until these games of ours. So, who's got Tim of Foes, other than me? Whoa, Thrackmore, you really have to fix your mic. It's completely, screwed up somehow.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So, Tim of Foes?
Testing.
Testing. I hear ya.
Alright, good.
Did you say you had Tim of Foes?
Me?
Anyway.
I have not picked it up yet. I didn't know it was available yet.
Well, at least it launched on the Roll20 the other day. And I decided that since because I've got a lot of games going, and only two of them have, Tomb of Annihilation and Curse of Shard are the only two that actually have the full game set up. Whereas everything else is stuff I have to set up. That owning things like Tome of Foes and other stuff like that is very useful. Especially since I'm planning on running Out of the Abyss at some point, and this way I don't actually have to put the Demon Lords in by hand or the Darrow anymore or anything like that. Because they're in Tome of Foes. So I can just pull them down from the compendium.
My husband, apparently Amazon, if you're wanting a hard copy, Amazon's running a pre-order special. It's actually $20 off. So, I mean, instead of
that's
$50,
a good deal.
It's only $30. Yeah, so he pre-ordered it for me today. I actually had a question for you. Are you planning, the Stream of Many Eyes is coming up soon? Have you heard anything about that?
No, I haven't.
Module. So Wizards of the Coast, D&D, they're doing Stream of Many Eyes. I'll have to look up the date, but basically they're going to be announcing the new module that's probably going to come out in September.
Ooh.
And my question to you was, are you interested in possibly running that when that comes out?
Is it going to show up on Roll20?
I don't know.
Most new modules do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody wants to buy that for me as an early birthday present, I'd be willing to find the time to run it.
Which module is this?
It's the new one that they're announcing at the Stream of Many Eyes. They're announcing it June 1st, so they have.
So I'm up for pretty much running anything. It's just that that would definitely be something that that I could run. Just have to gift me with a copy and tell me a good time. Be able to negotiate good times together, even if I have to shunt a few other things around.
I'm probably going to buy the hard copy and read through it whenever it comes out. But this is in the future, because Tomb came out in September. I assume that this is.
It came out in wait, it came out in September. Oh, that's right. No, I started running it in October. That's right. It come out in September. I didn't buy it right away because I was still getting used to Curse of Strahd that I just started running in July. And now I'm on my second playthrough of Curse of Strahd. That one's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm working on my custom campaign.
I have my half custom, custom / bits of adventures from Storm King's Thunder, and other elements wrapped into it. Basically, my Faerun adventures tomorrow. So, is everyone back yet? Or are we still missing people? Rick, are you back yet?
Yeah, I've been back for a while.
Okay, because I didn't hear from you, and we were still thinking you were away. All right, so you guys have headed back to the inn. You rediscovered people are chatting about what happened at things, though nobody seems to realize it's you guys that did this. And there's even rumors circulating at this point that there might even be a bounty on Quentin and Fawn.
I think it's time to go.
Yes, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. So, are you leaving? Are you leaving the same day, or are you going to just camp out for the entire night and leave first thing in the morning again?
I think we're safe to stay the night. I don't know about you guys. I think I'm good.
Yeah, you're safe.
So you stealthed in, and then Fawn, you were invisible.
And I brought the invisible rat with me, or the rat with me in my bag. So Quentin's fine.
I think we're good to stay the night then.
And I'm pretty sure I can talk my way out of stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, because you've already got the people that should otherwise be arresting you as well, thinking that you knew nothing about this, and maybe that you're implying that perhaps your hadrosaur got swapped with, some fun-loving druid. And all the blame is really on Fawn.
I met up, I had a real dinosaur, I swear. It's just some guy with a death wish.
Exactly. So, let's see. Fawn, roll me a 1d100.
Oh. Over with these.
Alright, everything's good. Apparently, people that might otherwise be looking for you have not figured out where you are. At least not this night. So, it is now day 90. Your new guide has been staying with the canoes. and waiting for you to leave. She knew you guys were busy yesterday. Zelda, she's waiting for you at the gates. You find that Dragon Bait is right outside the inn, and apparently children have surrounded him, and he is apparently handing out money to them. What do you guys do?
Ready to get the show on the road?
Yeah, I'm ready just to get out of here.
Agreed.
Say we get
Before Fan and Quentin cause more trouble.
Get everybody into the canoes and let's head out.
So, as you guys leave the inn, Dragonbait steps into line with you, and evidently all of you are going off to the canoes, which Solida is holding for you. Alright. So, you guys are currently here. Oops, it's your current guide. Oh. And who would like to navigate? Or do we not worry about that right now because we're just going down the river?
Yeah, we're just kind of retreading normal.
Okay. So
we're going to Mesro, right? That's over here?
Yep, you're basically, that you
somewhere in between here and here.
Yeah, but she was saying that basically you can take the canoe all the way down here, and that Kursebel, which is near where the Needles Bones are, apparently, is all the way down here.
Oh, I thought the bones were near Mesro.
No, you get to Mesro, you go south from there to towards the gorge, which is nearby there.
Yeah, east across Laughing Gorge, and then south towards Kirsebal. So it's probably somewhere around here.
Yeah. Right. So another way of looking at that is head down towards Kirsebal and then head north. At least that's where your guide says that she's going to be directing you to. So, the map is, each hex is 10 miles, 2 miles per hour on the canoe. You can travel about
I think it's 2 hexes per day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Double your attempts. So we're gonna do it the way we did last time, correct? You just wish me to roll a bunch of numbers and calculate from there to see if you get any attacks. What's fine with you guys?
Follow me.
Two. And 7. So it'll be 7 days on the river. And all 7 of those days are perfectly calm. You see some things as you go by. You even see the lobstermen at one point. But nothing attacks you. Nothing bad happens. It's just been a calm, smooth sailing as far as you guys are concerned. Or paddling, perhaps, is the best way to put it. And you make it all the way down there. You actually passed by Firefinger at one point. And you end up going this way. Now, you could decide at this point if you wish to go straight going this way, or if you wish to head down here, going this direction. Since you're now on foot. Would somebody like to control the token, or shall I just move it?
Yeah, you can just move it, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Another day goes by, all is well. Oops. Another day, all is well. Another day, all is well. Alright. Oops. What to do? Alright. So you get another 4 days, nothing happening. Getting down here. Another day, all is well. Another day, all is well. Now, it's direct south of you is Carsabel. You know that is south of wherever your, poem, story, rumor has the location of the treasure. Would you like to just go to Carsabel, or would you like to start searching around the area?
Perhaps we should search the area and return to Kirsabal after we found the treasure.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so north, northeast, or southeast?
I'm going to say northeast? Because it said south toward Kirsabal. So it doesn't say that we actually pass it.
Alright. So north, northeast, southeast, south, or northwest?
Perhaps north?
Things are fairly quiet out here now. Alright. Pick a hex that you haven't explored yet.
This one empty one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, good on one.
Alright. Continue to search around the jungle. It's now day 109.
Guess we're back up north.
Just one north? Okay. Nothing.
Northeast?
Hi.
Nothing.
Perhaps northeast again and northwest the next day?
Nope, no attacks. Do you still wish to go the same direction you were talking about?
Northwest. I mean,
Yeah.
unless someone else wants.
No, I'm okay with that. I want to clear all these hexes out.
Agreed.
All right. You see a bird squawking. You don't see anything else of interest.
Do you think that place that's called Mwahaha is a bad place?
I think that's the Laughing Gorge.
Yeah.
It's possible it could be bad. Wow.
You just go down the row here, up and then down.
Yeah. Snake around and just clear all these out, heading back down towards Crucible.
Watch for the bones be right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so which one do you want to go to?
North.
Alright.
Yeah, we're essentially just gonna go fall.
Encounter! Perhaps you just stumbled upon something. Okay, this is jungle. Come on, random. Ooh! Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, as you guys are, searching around for a bunch of bones, and you've been at it for days, you start hearing the sound of huge creatures stomping through the wilderness. Boof, bump, bump.
As soon as I hear
bump,
bump, bump, bump, I am gonna
Dive into the underbrush.
make myself scarce.
Same
Although
here.
not very well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make myself scarce as well.
I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. Just saying.
Oh, whoops.
You will roll
That's
better.
one.
So you're
Well,
standing.
at least you distracted it from my lousy roll.
So, Phaedra, you're kind of caught out standing there as frost giants come into view. With several, yes, accompanied by 2 winter wolves. The winter wolves kind of sniff around.
And
Yes.
winter wolves in the hot jungle.
Yep.
Phaedra just kind of stares at them and is just kind of like, what?
Wait. Frost? The Ring of Winter?
Okay, that does make sense.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't Artemis gone?
I can never pronounce his name. Is not with you at the moment.
Yeah, like, didn't he go off in sea? Why would these frost giants be here?
Because they don't know that. As they come into view, they basically are gaze down at you. And, let's see, I think there might be one.
Just a little.
I'm like gazing down at the little dwarf. Their leader is... I'm trying to see if their leader actually has a picture. Named NPCs. Nope. Their leader does not have a picture. So, let me find the information on their particular leader. They, see page 64. Alright. Give me 1 second. So, the leader, the apparent leader of this group of frost giants, is gazing down at you. And the leader kind of like, folds its arms. You can't really tell much about it. It's like, wearing one of those giant helmets, and it's just, very indistinct from for the other giants and is like gazing down at you and says, "Halt, dwarf!"
Did y'all take a wrong turn at Waterdeep?
We are here looking for Artis Kimber.
I have no idea who that is.
Roll deception. I think the same giant showed up in Storm King. We're the same exact mission, too, at that.
I swear I have no idea. I am on my way to camp. Hold on. I'm on my way to Camp Vengeance, and I think I got turned around. I don't know who you're talking about, and I don't mean to bother y'all in any way. Just got lost in the jungle.
Yes, Otis has been leading us on a merry chase this entire time. Every time we think we find him, he's long gone from the area.
Why are you looking for him? What has he done?
My Jarl has sent me to find an artifact that should belong to us, that he has somehow managed to get into his possession. We searched for him in the Icewind Dales, we searched for him in Waterdeep, and now we search for him here, certain he is somewhere in Schultz, this despicable hot place.
So you guys must be really uncomfortable here.
The giant looks over towards the voice that just spoke. What? Who's there? A cat? The winter wolves kind of, it's a growling noise.
Fitch just kind of steps out and shrugs. She didn't really have very good cover anyway, so it's not like she's worried. And I guess she would just be like, I heard back at the Port Nyanzaru that he got on a boat and left.
Roll persuasion. The frost giant in charge kind of purses its lips and looks over towards its companions. Looks like we need to head to Nyanzaru and find out if this is true. And kind of looks back down at you guys again, seeming to consider whether they should pick you up or not.
You said that, I assume, given your attire, that you are frost giants, yes? And I would imagine that this artifact probably has your same attributes. We did run into some frosted areas of the jungle, but it is over 200 miles all the way to the west. Maybe you could look there instead.
Is that it there? This 90 miles? Or
no,
it's the blue. Yeah. The white ones are webs, indicating spiders.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get them, like, off of our path right now and not.
Yeah, that's kind of why I aimed him at Nyanzaru. Yeah. Like, yeah, I heard he got on the boat there.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
No, I think the kitty is more right. We should go look at the port. The giant kind of signals to the others and pets the heads of the two winter wolves and starts heading away from you guys in the direction of Port Nyanzaru.
Well, hopefully they don't kill everybody. Let's go.
Well, I'll keep busy they'll forget about us. That's the
yeah.
We'll become the least of their problem.
I keep wondering if that's the same giant that's in that's the leader of the same exact expedition for the same reason up in up in the Storm King's thunder. I think it might be. Or is there she's still searching for the stupid ring in Atticus Kimber. She thought he was somewhere else and searching for him there. Anyway, so you guys survived your encounter with the frost giants. You now are aware that there are frost giants wandering through Schultz. And that they are looking for your former companion. Dragonbait looks
extra grumpy.
Yeah, Dragonbait looks upset at this, and you can kind of get this sour smell coming off of him. And he starts sending hand signals towards Fitz. Fitz understands these to mean that he's a bit upset at this, but hopes that the people there will be all right, and that Kimber will be, should be okay on his own. That they can't find him easily.
Yeah, she just signs back there. It tells him like, look, I figured they'll be able to handle those guys a lot better than we are.
He gives her a slight nod, and back on the track. Alright, cool. So you finally met the Frost Giants. So I assume you're going here next.
Yeah, like clear out all these little hexes.
Yep. Nothing there. Nothing there. Everybody roll a perception, please. Alright, so... Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, Galley, Fitz, everyone who rolls above a 20, Fawn, or 20 or above, you see something weird off in this direction. Something shining up in the distant trees.
Looks like there's some
shiny stuff in trees? How could that be bad?
What's her name? Solida, do you know anything about that area?
So Selena looks in that direction and shakes her head. No, I don't. However, I think I've heard rumors that there might be some kind of, some sort of tiger that lives in the area.
A tiger?
Of some kind, yes.
I mean, we knew a were-tiger, but...
Oh, you met a were-tiger? She looks over at you.
Yeah. She wouldn't bite me.
The woman looks a bit confused at first, staring at you. Why would you want her to bite you?
It's not gonna be a big, strong kitty.
Her face kind of twitches slightly. Roll perception again.
All of us?
Anyone who wants to pay attention to things.
Phaedra sees everything.
Phaedra noticed a squirrel. A jungle squirrel.
A jungle squirrel. A flying jungle squirrel.
Alright. Moving on?
Yep.
Sure, yeah.
Do you want to head towards the weird something in the woods, or do you want to just continue clearing up those hexes?
Well, I mean, you want to see what this weird glowy shit is, guys?
I think we can spare
It's not really
Phaedra.
glowy. It's more like something's reflecting in the trees up there, kind of white. where usually there
What's
isn't.
the worst that could happen?
Let's do it.
Get eaten by a tiger.
It might be a soccer. You don't know.
Alright, so you're heading off in that direction. Alrighty then. And, oops. Jam it for over there. You find the following. Let me advance your day counter 1 second, and I'll be right there. Okay, so as you wake up in the morning and head that direction, you notice what is making that reflection at certain times of day. There is a large seafaring galleon hanging upside down in a tree up there. Its bows covered in barnacles, which have now been bleached white by the sun and have been reflecting it ever since. Most of it is overgrown with ivy. And you pretty much just can make out that it might be possible to get up there through jumping up trees, climbing up vines, that sort of thing.
How high up is it?
It's probably about 100 feet up.
Phaedra wants to climb a tree.
Fitz is just gonna click her little boots together and fly up there.
Oh, I have boots too. I want to do that.
Gonna fly up there. Well, because I have boots as well.
And I guess she'd like drop a rope, like string 2 ropes together and drop it down for.
Alright, as you get up there,
guidance.
you see the following. Hold on.
Well, I wouldn't land on the boat. I would like be hovering, like looking over it just to make sure it's safe. I wouldn't just like get up there.
You see a group of these guys hanging out on the branches up there. Like they're staring up at you and kind of waving their tiny little spears.
Do they look angry?
They look startled.
She just kind of waves them. Hi there. Just checking it out.
Hold on.
We've seen these guys before in Omo.
Yep.
Yeah, they pretty much always run away, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, but if this is their home, they might be more willing to defend themselves.
Fitz is gonna like pick a tree branch that's out of their range and like just land on it so that she's not wasting her boots. And
as you do, out from underneath the hull of the ship, a human, a dark-skinned human, just kind of, a Chultan, pokes his head out from under there. He goes, what? Company? He kind of narrows his eyes looking at you guys that are flying up there. As the Fedra Pygmies continue to wave their spears at you.
Sorry.
Like, just yells, are those your friends?
What? He looks down at them. They're just here.
We're looking.
So, what are you doing up here anyway? That's my first question. But go ahead, Ed.
Oh no, I was gonna say we're looking for some bones, a large possible skeleton in the area. Have you seen anything?
No, I haven't. Oh, wait. He thinks for a moment. Do you have any wine? The Veggie Pygmies kind of look at him, and then they they kind of lower their spears and start wandering off. Apparently, they're satisfied that you're talking to him.
I don't have any wine, but I have, well, I guess the dancing monkey fruit's probably dead at this point. Actually, I put that in the wine from the whatchamacallit?
The Nangalore.
Yeah, I tried to put the wine in the monkey fruit and the wine at the lady snake lady's place.
Does anyone have any wine? He grumps.
All we got is water.
Afraid not.
Alright. Do you have any gems?
Any
No.
Gems?
Yes, gems.
I don't have any gems, but oh no, I don't pull that out. That's in the bank. Never mind. We have a golden embroidered scabbard. That's all that's left from the booty. But it's in the bank.
Does it even have anything interesting on them?
I mean, I could give him some shots out of my magic spice sack, but
Sighs and kind of sits down where on the branch. Yeah. What good are you then if you haven't brought me anything interesting?
Well, we did not know you would be out here.
What? This is my home. Of course I'd be out here.
she like pulls her hat off and reaches into it and pulls out a rat, and she's just like, snack?
His eyes kind of widen at that. And you can just kind of see him. He still looks human, but you know, Fitz could definitely see that there's a cat-like longing at the rat. He kind of reaches out a hand and carefully takes it from her. All right, come in, sit down.
I had no idea that was gonna work.
Snack hat for the morning.
She could even like take. She could take like a pinch of spice out of her magic thing and like sprinkle it on the rat.
Yeah, he's gonna skewer the rat and put it over a fire. Kind of like having a spice weasel from Futurama.
Pretty much. It says that I can. I think it said that I could pull any like spice that I want out of it.
That is awesome.
I don't know if I put the text in there or not. No, I didn't.
Magic spice sack. Alright, so he kind of sits down. He seems to be sitting on, you know, what would normally be attached to the, you know, the interior of the ship up above, but apparently has been pulled off and set down in another part of the ship on its ceiling. What used to be its ceiling. And he's now using it as a bench and sitting on it. So, why have you come all the way out here?
Looking for dragon bones. Ah, why did it do that?
Needles bones, huh?
That was its name?
Yeah, that was her name. Needle. She, well, I think it was her name anyway. She died in this pit of spears, and her bones still linger there.
We heard there's a treasure near it. Is that true, or is that just a legend?
He shrugs. Well, there could be a treasure. I mean, it's a dragon after all. It was probably her hoard at some point. So, a treasure sounds about right.
Would she be carrying her treasure with her?
He shrugs. Well, some dragons, they swallow their treasure for safekeeping while moving from place to place. It's not like it digests. It's gold. It's not going to digest. It's just going to sit there.
Does it puke it up or poop it out?
Some questions are better left unanswered.
Treasure's treasure.
Oh my god.
How does it get it back out?
Probably poop.
It's probably regurgitation. I think the description is kind of like, you know, a bird-like reflex.
But if it poops it out, it's kind of like a deterrent.
True. Yeah, it keeps the lousy kobolds from stealing its treasure. But
not the lousy adventurers from stealing the treasure.
Well, if it's been there for who knows how long, and you know it's long enough that the dragons have just bones, it's got to be clean, right?
Yeah, I mean, it should be not poopy anymore, but still.
Wait, when was the last time Cinder went out raiding?
Tinder, you mean? Was
Yeah.
it Tinder?
You have no idea. Why?
Did we wash the gold after?
No, you did not. I mean, think about it.
We spent it. It's Thorn's problem now, right?
Yes. I mean, think about it. How's a dragon supposed to carry around all that gold that easily? It has to swallow it.
I mean, they have arms.
Well,
So
they do,
minions?
yes, but they've got minions. But I mean, it's just easier just if the dragon can swallow some of that gold down and just regurgitate it later.
Just imagine the dragon doing the like cat hairball thing where they're
Yeah, exactly.
the accordion thing.
That's kind of what I figured. Like, it's a dragon. But anyway. He was like, telling you about that. He doesn't say anything about where it is, as he, takes the rat off the spit and starts eating it.
Have you heard anything, or do you know anything about a place to the south named Kirsabal?
Ugh, oh, that place. I steer clear of that place. Not my scene.
What scene is it?
Well, it's got all those
Birdmen?
Yes, those birdmen in it. I have no interest in going there. Arakura. Arakakra, yeah. Arakakra. So yes, that's not my interest.
Are they mean bird folk, or I mean?
He holds up his hand and shakes his head. Just not my type.
But have you heard anything about somebody?
Hey, I don't usually talk to people, so no, I haven't heard anything. He kind of narrows his eyes at you.
Okay, it's just a question. Damn.
He looks over towards Fitz, since Fitz is the one who gave him food.
Does she have to give all of her snacks today? Like, she gave all her snacks to alligators last time.
Well, it worked, didn't it? The alligators agreed to be a bridge for you guys.
But those are my snacks.
Well, you already gave him a rat, and he's eating the rat, so he looks like he's content. So what do you say to him?
Am I supposed to say something? I missed if I'm supposed to say something.
Well, Pedro was trying to talk to him, but he got annoyed at her questions, and it seems clear that he only wants to talk to Fitz, because Fitz is the one that gave him food.
She's really well. I mean, he doesn't seem to know where Needle's bones are.
He hasn't told you where Needle's bones are. If he knows,
then she would ask him, "Well, do you know where the bones are?"
He thinks for a moment. I might.
I guess she would ask what it would take for him to. Well,
I might be persuaded to show you where it is for that fabulous hat you have.
Fitz kind of sighs. She's like, "That's a pretty pricey pricey. I forget how much was that. Was it like 100 gold for that hat?
Something like that.
She grumbles about it, but like she then like reaches into the hat and pulls out like a frog and like eats it and then hands him the hat.
And just like that.
She's just like, this treasure better be good.
It might be. He examines the hat and seems satisfied. Alright, so we can leave tomorrow and head there.
And I guess Fitz would ask if this is a safe place to camp, or if we can camp there, or.
Yeah, sure. You can spend the night here.
She glances at the others and checks to make sure that they're not like, you know, concerned over that.
Welcome back.
I'm fine with.
Yeah, I don't see any real problem with staying here.
We're staying with the grumpy guys?
Yeah, because he's going to show us where the dead dragon is.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Alright. So, spend the night with it in his place. The next day, I have this over here. And the next day, he starts leading you guys off. Nothing happens. Oops. Ah! Stupid thing. Somehow I ended up hitting the wrong thing up there. Sorry about that. And you encounter something. I have to pull up my counterboard. Unless, of course, it's the frost giants again, at which point it'll just be nothing. As you guys are walking through the woods, the jungle this day, you hear the sound of wings above you, and a bit of
Flying monkeys?
Yep. You look up and you see a flock of flying monkeys heading above you. Some of them land on the branches and start looking down at you.
Do they have little red vests on?
Nope.
Yeah.
One of them dances and starts pointing at you. Your new guide towards the bones kind of grumps. Says, "Ugh, I hate these little things."
Oh, they don't seem too bad.
They're cute.
There you go. Picture of them. That's how cute they are. Does anybody have any fruit on them?
I think you cut out.
Sorry, any what?
Does anybody have any fruit on them?
We have good berries.
Do you wish to offer them good berries?
Quentin would have to offer them good berries, but
Yeah.
Well, he let's just say he will if the rest of the party wishes to have him offer them good berries.
I mean, it'd be nice to the monkeys. It might help.
I mean, I get the feeling that he would offer it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jured of the shepherd and all.
Yeah.
So one of the flying monkeys cautiously makes its way down to eat a good berry from Quentin's hand. What do the rest of you do?
just watch, because he likes to play with animals.
Yeah, just gonna watch and count it.
Calmly watch.
Just make sure they don't try and take him away or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe I just put like one hand on his shoulder just to make sure that I can hold him down.
Well, the monkey kind of sits.
Shoulder.
The monkey kind of sits on
He's bending down. I can.
The monkey kind of sits on his other shoulder and is eating good berries. So it looks happy. The grumpy guy just kind of grumps at the monkey and goes grum. It's down. The bones are down this way. All right. Needles, bones. Where was it? Ah. Alright. A wide sinkhole yawns before you, the earth around it littered with goblin bones. The opening is 90 feet across and roughly circular, and the stone walls are nearly vertical. 30 feet down, the sinkhole is filled with murky green water. Hundreds of frogs hop from one floating plant to another. So there's lots of ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Looks like a buffet to Fitz, probably. The massive rib cage and fine winning bones of a dragon rise above the murk. Vines, moss, and lichen hang from the bones. Judging from how much of the skeleton is exposed, the water can't be more than 3 or 4 feet deep.
So
is the water clear or murky? Yeah, I missed.
Murky.
Murky. But the water can't be more than 3 or 4 feet deep, so something big wouldn't be in there. And so that's a plus if we wanted to get in it to look.
It doesn't have to be big to be dangerous.
No, this is true.
Alright, so what do you guys wish to do? Hold on, I think there might be a map. Let's see if there's a map. I don't think there's a map, though. Yeah, no map. This is the description.
So, water about 4 feet deep.
It's 90 feet across, 30-foot drop.
So it's like a pit. I guess he said it was a spear pit.
Yeah.
The pit with spear. No, well, no, it's a grotto. He thought it was a spear pit, but you know, he is not the most reliable of people.
She's like, "What are you supposed to killed it?"
That's probably one of those things that requires a investigation check. And you probably would have to get the rest of the body out, like the skull and everything like that, out of the water to make sure.
I suck at investigation. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think my investigations are good either.
Would you accept perception instead of investigation?
Perception is wisdom. Investigation is intelligence.
I'm gonna use my boots to kind of fly out over the water, but like stay like 5 or 6 feet above.
All right.
And like just like kind of scout out the bones, take a look and see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with her.
I will follow as well.
Is everybody flying?
I'm investigating poorly.
I'm flying, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm fine.
So the frogs are
Yeah.
undisturbed. They're just kind of like ribbiting. They're jumping from pad to pad.
I want to eat them.
Somebody also said they wanted to do a perception check on things around.
Oh, I can do perception. Hold on.
I mean, I'm way more perceptive than I am investigative.
Yeah, I am too.
Same here.
But I still rolled kind of.
Nope, that was a crappy perception roll.
There we go.
So, Gally, as you're flying around there, you actually notice that there's some kind of door at the back of the grotto.
It's good old elf.
There are all sorts of dead plants around it.
Some back there, but it appears to be killing the wildlife. At least the plants.
You can roll a medicine check to determine.
Jeez.
You can determine that poison killed these plants.
Nope, my medicine is poo. Well, green dragons are poison, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
Do we want to check out this
dragons
door?
been dead for a long time.
You think they do trap their lairs? I mean, I know that. I don't know if Fitz knows that.
Can somebody
Roll
check
an intelligence check to see if Fitz knows that.
Duh.
No, she doesn't know that.
The fan, I wonder.
Vaughn might know that. He's a book reader. Let's see.
Also,
He's also a dragon sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's always playing a dragon sorcerer is fun. So yeah, he knows that green dragons trap. They use poisons. It's possible that the secret door might be opened by putting poison on it.
Anybody know
Ooh.
poison spray?
I have poison spray. I shall try putting poison. I'll use poison spray on it then.
Alright.
Alright,
The door pops open, and you find the following. A purse made from Triceratops hide. A small box made from 2 velociraptor skulls cleverly fitted together. A hollow dinosaur bone with a wax plug at one end. The purse contains 55 gold, 800 silver, and 3 blue quartz rings worth 10 gold each. The skull box is worth 12 gold by itself and contains a wand of fear and 2 diamonds, each worth 500 gold coins. The hollow dinosaur bone contains 5 + 1 sling bullets.
Does anybody use a sling?
I have a sling, but I don't ever use it.
Well,
Yeah, I think I borrowed it once.
we have +1 bullets for those now.
I forget how much my hat cost. I want at least enough of something to replace my hat. I forget what rarity it was. I think it was only 100 gold, but I'm not sure about
It was a common item, so I think it was just 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
So as long as I get enough to replace my hat, I'm happy.
What's wrong with your hat?
I gave it to the dude.
Oh, I was peeing. Sorry.
He wanted the hat for us to bring him here.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping that the treasure would be better than the hat.
I would say that even if the treasure wasn't worth it, I think I would be cool with buying you another hat for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It was only 100 gold according to Xanathar,
Yeah.
so I'm fine. She's like, sure, I can find another hat.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Just had to be
I did not
hungry
know.
for a couple days. Had to catch my own rats. Might have to eat Quentin.
And feed your snake, of course.
Yeah.
Like that flying snake that's...
I still have this pet flying snake. That
God, I
just hangs
forgot
out
about
with me. That's kind of why I got the hat. Like, one for me, one for you. One for me, one for you, you know?
Yep. Yeah, in the flying snake, I think it now lives, either around your neck or, up sleeve or something like that. It's content to stay with you. After all this time and effort you put into it. So, now that you've found the bones, and have discovered the hidden alcove and raided it, what would you guys like to do? Your guide has decided, it has his hat. Well, your temporary guide, and has now left to head back to his home.
So what's Kir Sabal? Let's ask the lady that's with us. What is Kir Sabal?
It's where the bird people live.
Are they friendly?
They can be. Do you wish to talk to them?
Do we need to bring gifts or anything? Everybody seems to want stuff around here, and I'm out of stuff to give.
Yeah. They could be as greedy as that last one, so why not? Maybe something a bird would like, something shiny.
I'm all out of it. Well, I mean, we got some diamonds and stuff, but those are kind of expensive shiny. The rings, maybe?
Yeah, 3 blue garnet rings.
Quartz, were they quartz?
Or quartz, sorry, but I was writing it and wrote off the paper, so only on half a word I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to make some bird friends.
I just realized I hadn't put this on the map.
At the very least, we're all the way out there.
Are they going to be okay with you being a cat?
She just kind of shrugs. I mean, I'm assuming that she's seen Aarakocra having lived here before. She's not familiar with this particular tribe.
And I seem to recall you guys rescuing an Aarakocra from the from Firefinger.
Firefinger. So maybe we'll know somebody there.
That was before I came. Cool. Well, yeah, let's go.
I forgot about him.
If y'all got an inn, that works.
All right. So, let's see.
Is somebody going to use the Wand of Fear?
I don't really like using wands. I like using my own power.
Can anyone use it, or does it have to be a magic user?
I think it's a magic user. That's why I was just asking. I was like, does somebody want...
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have to be magic user. I think you do.
I mean, I personally know that some wands can be used by anyone. I don't know about this one, though.
It doesn't say anything on the roll 20, but that doesn't mean I don't have my DM.
Well, we can all pass around, try and use it, see what happens.
I mean, I know that no matter what, I should be able to use it.
You just don't prefer it. We could, I mean, we can also cash it. It could be worth something, and then we can maybe buy some other magic items for you guys. Work.
I mean, if you want to,
so unless it says attunement by spellcaster, anybody can use it.
So, I mean, if you want to, like, hand it to me, I can cast on, say, Inu or something, see what happens.
Well, it just says Wand of Fear requires attunement. It doesn't say requires attunement by a spellcaster, so I think anybody can use it.
Yeah. God damn it, these things are just not liking me today.
Well, I'll take it if no one else wants it.
I mean, it's handy. It'll, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's useful. I just don't like using wands or scrolls.
Stupid thing, stop moving.
I think my boots require attunement, but I think my other junk doesn't. I think you can only have 3 things at a time. So
yeah, it's the rules and.
I don't think my pouch or my X hat required attunement though. I think they were just there.
My armor and my armor and my boots. So that.
And maybe Bob. Does Bob require attunement?
Oh, yeah.
I forget. I have to check that. All right, so here's what you're seeing as you approach Kir Sabal. An ancient monastery overlooks the jungle from its perch on the cliff of a tall plateau. Stone steps and rickety walkways connect the various buildings, the lowest of which is 500 feet above the ground. The main building has a circular maze-like symbol carved into its crumbling facade. Every few minutes, bird folk either land at the monastery or launch themselves from its balconies and take to the sky.
So, do we see any obvious ways for those of us who don't have wings to get up there?
Hold on, I'm pulling out the map. Let's see what it shows.
Okay.
So, yeah, it looks like it's just 500 feet above your heads. That looks like you'd have to find some way of getting up there. Let me put down your tokens, and we'll see what we can see. Just got Soletta and Dragon. All right. Okay, let's see. Reach the monastery from the ground, a character must make 3 ability checks. Each time a check fails, the character must choose between either taking 3d6 bludgeoning damage from a fall or gaining 1 level of exhaustion, which means a disadvantage in further ability checks. So, the climb takes 1 hour plus 10 minutes for every failed ability check. What would you guys like to do?
So if we fail the check, it's exhaustion or taking falling damage, correct?
Yes, but it specifies what kind of falling damage. How much falling damage. So, no,
I mean,
instead of letting you fall like so many feet, you only fall like a little bit and, smack into something instead of falling like 100 feet, possibly dying. So,
I have a climb speed of 20 feet, so I'm assuming I don't need to do ability checks.
You've also got those boots, so I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my boots if I can climb.
Yeah, I've got slow fall, so I'm a bit safer with the climb.
I can feather fall anybody.
Basically, what the climbs are is a strength check to climb around gaps in the walkway, a dexterity check to cross wide gaps in the wooden walkways by jumping along oddly spaced support beams, and a wisdom check to spot rotted planking that won't support weight. So that's basically what the checks need to be. So it's not all like climb checks. It's like, jumping over gaps, everything like that.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just click my boots and fly on up.
Hang on, you still has 3d6 damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb. I can't take damage.
I mean, can we yell up at some bird folk that are coming through so we don't just like climb up there and be like, hey, and then they're like, ah, and try to kill us?
No, they'll clearly be able to see you climbing up.
Can we assist with people's climb checks?
No, you're basically stuck doing this by yourself.
Even if, like, people with wing boots, like, tie, like, a little rope on them, and then tie a little rope.
Well, if you do that, you're still, going up slowly. Do you have enough rope, and do you have enough strength on the people with the boots?
I mean, I've got
I don't know if you can carry people with the boots.
That's what I was looking. Yeah, it doesn't say anything on the fucking compendium.
All the boots do is give you a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, so...
No, I have the flying boots.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm not climbing, I'm flying. You said a climbing speed.
Did I? I
Yeah.
apologize then. So it's a
Since this isn't simply, as I said, the checks aren't simply about climbing, it's also about other stuff. It doesn't actually list anything extra in the climbing speed. It just says that you need them to climb and jump and notice things. So you basically make 3 rolls: strength, dexterity, and wisdom.
Alright,
well,
how many times? Just one?
Yeah. Unless you fail.
So strength, dexterity, and wisdom check or
Yep.
check?
Athletics, acrobatics, perception.
I'm just curious to see. I don't think I'd do very well, but how do I do so crappy on acrobatics?
Yeah, since you're flying around, you're fine. I can move you up to... move you up there. Who's next?
I'll go, and I'm just gonna climb up and use my boots.
Alright.
I'm gonna go put Bart to bed real quick
So,
while you guys are
you
climbing.
can move your token up here.
Come on, Grump.
Alright. With the aid of my boot. Try. Athletic. Acrobatic.
You're not using your boots then?
No, I said with the aid of my boot.
Oh, if you're using your boots, you're just instantly going up there because you're flying. Phaedra.
I'm using my boots.
Alright. So is Gally the only one not using boots?
Be boring.
Alright. Well, the other 4 basically just decide to stay down there. Seeing as we already nearly killed Quentin today, he's just gonna stay put.
Right, so is it another set of checks to get the next level though?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to read the little bits and pieces that are in here.
Okay.
The next description is... okay, you're down there. We are heading to... we're currently in the dwellings. A couple of the Arakakra stick their heads out of the houses to watch you as you guys, make your climbs up. Continue to fly, climb, whatnot, because these guys don't, clean anything. They'll finally reach the cleansing chambers of the monastery, and you see several Arakakra cleaning themselves off, performing different ablutions. Some of them are, bathing with, sprinkling salt on themselves, other with chalk, but even with gold dust, sprinkling bits and pieces on their feathers. What do you guys wish to do? Do you wish to enter entering is the only way to continue your climb, unless you just want to use the boots to fly above into the next area.
I suppose I'll enter.
Alright, so in addition to the people, throwing gold dust on their feathers and such, you see a 5-foot-tall wooden statue with flowers and offerings of food placed at its feet. The statue is obviously very old and is worn smooth by 1,000 hands brushing against it, so it's impossible to determine what originally portrayed. Offerings left here are... okay, never mind. That part's not read. But it's really difficult to tell what the statue used to be of. Coker continue to look at you as you pass by there, but they don't seem to be interested in talking that much, even as you get to the next section.
Now, you said there were. Did you say there were flowers left as offerings?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having a weird sense of deja vu. I had this weird dream years ago that suddenly reminded me of this place.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back. So, you've reached the section that appears to be the monastery proper. Where you see, like, you know, the Iroquois wearing prayer beads and necklaces that paint with labyrinth patterns painted into their beaks, hands, and feet. There's even a large circular labyrinth symbol of Ubato that is painted on the face of this building. Oh, whoops! It's only visible from the air or the ground below. So yeah, you wouldn't see that from there. So the entrance to this monastery is also the dining chamber. You see several monks not talking to each other, eating meals at a long table. They have backless. Yeah, they're all bird people. They use backless benches and stools for seats to accommodate their wings. And it looks like the table itself could seat 20, but there's only, like, you know, 3 in here right now, all very distant from each other, eating in silence. And ignoring you. Do you continue on, or do you attempt to bother these people? Or, you know.
I think we should continue on. Let them be in peace.
Okay. So, from there, you, actually, that's right, one of these maps here. That's the exterior map. Hold on, I've got an interior map I can throw you guys onto. So, you're approximately in here. There you go. In here now. Where you were before was over here. Generic lighting. Yeah, sorry. I hate it when it, like, you're too far away to actually use the generic lighting, but you have to zoom in. So yeah, you guys are over here. And you see the 3 monks that are just kind of like hanging out in there. And there's another one that's kind of standing there in the prayer hall. Actually, probably leaning there. This hall of the monastery is an impressive sight. The rafters of the ceiling are fully 60 feet above the floor, and the peak of the thatched roof is 15 feet above that. The space is large enough that the Iroquois can fly around inside, though they seldom do for, like, sake of blah blah blah. The circular labyrinth symbol of Ubatu is laid out on the floor mosaic, 25 feet in diameter. The monks, looks like the monks spend a lot of their days meditating here, viewing the labyrinth from all the various landings. And one is currently standing in there, kind of, you know, doing the same, paying reverence to the labyrinth.
And he also...
What?
He also seems to be either ignoring us or too busy to acknowledge our presence.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be paying attention to you.
Alright.
I bet you if we start putting stuff in our pockets, they'll pay attention.
I would advise against that.
Who, me? I would never do anything like that.
As the tabaxi finishes, the monk finishes its prayers, it actually looks up and fixes its eyes on the tabaxi. And then bows its head again.
Okay, you looked at me.
Where would you guys like to go? Since you have tokens, you have places you can move them.
I see a closed door there. I don't like closed doors. Or we could go up.
Perhaps we should start hanging up.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's.
See if we can find someone in charge.
Alright. New map. There you go. Find yourselves entering, going up the stairs. You see some more doors. One here and one across the hall.
Oh, open the door. I mean, we're at the top. It looks right. So open this door, man.
All right.
I'm not gonna.
Or knock on it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's knock.
You open the
first.
door and you see. Yeah. Okay, so you knock on the door, and you hear a voice yell in common saying, "Come out! Come on in!" And in the door. And you see that and you see that this is some kind of antechamber where there's a bunch of oils and scented oils and inspirational scrolls and a hand-painted labyrinth that this particular Aarakocra is currently dotting on itself. It also stares interestedly at Fitz and bows its head. "You are honoring us with your presence," it says to you.
I am. Just like what?
Of course, you are an emissary, are you not?
I can't say that I am. I mean, if you're thinking of someone from my people, I haven't been home in at least a decade.
No, of Ubatu.
She's like kind of like does she? I don't know if she knows Uptao or whatever.
Uptao. I always pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if she knows. I mean, I can roll a religion, but I don't know if I know anything about the.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't say Uptao. It says. It says. You are an emissary of the Holy One.
So like the cat god? What? I don't know. What's he talking about? Do I have with my religion check? Do I have any idea what this bird?
Actually, no, you don't. You're probably as confused in character as you are out of character.
She's like kind of like.
Nope.
Anybody else religious knows what this guy's talking about?
Sure, I'll have.
Perhaps. Okay, fine. Fine. At one point, you were reading in the library at the port, weren't you? This was like probably 121 days ago when you first arrived at port. But you checked around the library, right? So
I did go to the library.
As you hear their conversation, a little thought bubbles up from the back of your mind, and you remember that at one point in this region's history, the god Uptao was once depicted and statues made of in tabaxi form.
Oh. I whispered it to Fitz.
She still looks confused. She's just like, I don't understand.
I think you're, you know.
They think you're holy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. She's just like, so what's there to eat around here?
You wish to eat? You wish to eat?
I mean, that's not what I would say, but that's what Fitz would say.
Come, we shall go to the dining hall at once and get you something to eat. I was moving because I accidentally dropped the Evercracker under you.
She kind of shrugs. She's like, I don't have my snack hat.
Do you need a new snack hat? What is a snack hat? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Emissary. I do not know what a snack hat is.
Don't worry about it.
So the Evercracker kind of brings you back downstairs to the dining hall. Anyone else wish to join her?
Yeah, I want to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
I could care less about food.
Alright, so Fawn's just gonna stay up there and explore things. Alright. So the Evercracker, brings you back down here. Stupid thing, stop opening up when I don't want you to open up. And brings you back in here. There we go. The other monks file out as you're brought in, all bowing and giving bows over to Fitz, and they all kind of like go out to the labyrinth over here. And meanwhile, the Evercracker kind of like sits Fitz down and starts bringing out bits of fruits mostly, and some dried bits of meat, and even some dried fish, and presents them on a platter. I'm sorry, Emissary. We do not have as fancy a food as you might be accustomed to. Please let these humble offerings be enjoyed.
She just thanks him because, like, it's better than probably the rations they've been eating on the road. So, and since she doesn't have her snack hat, it's much better than the dirty grubs she's been digging up or whatever she's been doing. But anyway, I guess she would ask him, like, I guess she realizes they worship Uptao or whatever his name is, and I guess she would ask him, like, what else do you do here? You study?
We reflect on the mysteries, and yes, we study, and we protect the rightful rulers of this land, so that one day the kingdom might be healed and reclaimed.
Oh, somebody say, didn't I hear that they have the rightful rulers
holding the prince captive?
So, we heard rumors that you had a royal guest here. Is that true?
Yes, we do. The rightful heir to the throne of Omu.
Didn't that snake-headed lady say that was her kingdom?
Yes, she did.
Yes, but that
wait,
bitch was crazy.
Their great-grandmother was the last ruler the true ruler of the kingdom, and their mother was killed by the Terrafolk, and we have been protecting them ever since. Once the evil in Omu is banished, we will be able to help them reclaim their throne and bring order back to this land.
This evil Omu, are you speaking of the undead?
That is the evil that haunts this land in general. No, the evil in Omu are the serpent people. The Wanti. Yes.
Yeah.
The ones that look...
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, she was gonna just ask, once he's done, she would ask, so go ahead and finish. I didn't realize you were continuing.
The snake people, the ones that some look exactly like humans. There's only a few tales about them that can reveal the truth. Go ahead.
She would ask if he knows anything about this thing called the Soulmonger.
I do not think so. Perhaps you should talk to the elder. She should be able to tell you.
Sure, I'd like to talk to the elder, if that's not a problem.
Hold on. But, of course, we must ask. At least I think it's a she. Yeah, it's not actually listing. It's just that I looking at she because there's an elderly female servant. And I thought that was the same person. So yeah, I'm gonna go with she since not. I don't seem to see the gender anywhere else here. So. Unless, of course, this is the. Oh no, yeah, that is the Arakakra. No, the elder, which is actually something else. Never mind. I was getting confused. But I will have to ask for an invitation, but I'm sure they will allow an emissary to enter in. And dear Kirkra heads back upstairs. I do apologize for the slight confusion, guys. Meanwhile, what's Fawn doing? Fawn is opening that door.
Fawn was going. Yeah. We'll try to.
Alright, so you look inside and you definitely see the shrine. A life-size wooden statue of a noble tabaxi stands against the far wall, draped in flowers and beads and reeds. Sorry, I thought you did.
Right, you didn't. I can't see.
Oh, weird. I thought
the other.
It's clearly open. In my I'm looking at dynamic lighting and it's not showing anything blocking it anymore.
Okay, well, there you go. See it right now.
There you go. So, a life-size wooden statue of a noble tabaxi stands against the far wall, draped in flowers and beads and wreaths and incense smoke. Unlike other statues in Kirsabel, this one is in excellent condition, although still very old. It can be recognized as a portrayal of Ubatu with tabaxi form, since you already succeeded the religion check.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Time to do something that only Fawn can do. Especially seeing as he's the only one up here. Look around for anything valuable.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see anything that you know you might want to steal. You just see you know, flowers and beads all around the statue.
Okay.
Meanwhile, as you're standing there for a while, you can hear your companions heading up the steps again.
Oh. I wasn't doing anything.
Alright. So the aircraft road kind of leads you through here. And then it heads out to the only exit.
You're not waiting on me, are you? Because I'm falling asleep.
I'm not waiting on you. I'm just trying to find the exact reading.
Making sure, because...
Yeah, one of the problems with this book sometimes is that all the information is kind of like spread between like two different books. Yeah. Shara, the elder I'm speaking of is a female. It's just that the information about her and the information about her dwelling are on two different pages, very far away from each other. So, the elder's house is nearby, and then you also spy another dwelling off in this distance over here. So you guys are led this way. But the Aarakocra that's been leading you around kind of comes over towards here and waits patiently by the door to be acknowledged. But you guys also see this dwelling over in this direction. It looks like a much nicer house than some of the others. You're kind of peering through the doorway. You can kind of see more like jewelry and whatnot. Alright, so we'll go for a little bit more since I know Turtle Butter's falling asleep and we're also missing 2 people. So let me just get through this next description. An elderly Aarakocra kind of pokes its head, or her head rather, out of the door and is chattering to the Aarakocra in front of you in a distinctly bird-like language. And they talk for a bit, and this Aarakocra flies off, and you guys, the elderly Aarakocra over here kind of beckons you guys towards her.
You wanna go?
Do you get? All right.
Perhaps Fitz should lead the way.
Yeah, I mean, Fitz would head over. I mean, she did ask to meet the bird person.
All right. So, oops. I don't know why they made the Aarakocra invisible on the map. Putting them all in the GM layer.
In case we get hostile to them, I guess.
Okay, that is true. But the elder is kind of stands there and nods towards you. They appear to be in another small shrine. A life-size wooden statue resembling a tabaxi stands opposite the door. Flowers and offerings of food are placed at its feet. The statue is obviously very old and described in a stylized Chultland manner. And once again, Fawn recognizes what it is. And of course, now that you've seen them and heard about them from Fawn, you all know what this means. The walls of the chamber bear faded frescoes of floral designs and somewhat jarringly mathematical symbols. A section of floor is collapsed from age. Anything falling through plunged hundreds of feet into the rocks below. The elder kind of beckons, at least one of you forward and says, "Ah, we are being graced with the presence of someone." Oh, hold on. What am I going to be the elder? Sorry, the elder's upstairs. Duh. So this particular, actually this one's old too. So this is also an elder. Beckons you forward. We're being graced with the presence of an emissary. I see. What brings you to the monastery, emissary?
Seeking information.
Seeking information. About what? These are troubled times from what we hear.
We're seeking something called the Soulmonger. And we're told that your elder may know something about it.
Yes. She waits you upstairs. Please, go ahead. I shall entertain your companions, if you like.
Sure.
Or you may bring one of them with you, if that suits.
She kind of glances back and, like, which one of you wants to come?
I know more about their religion.
All right, fine, come on. So yeah, she would point at Fawn and say, "I think he wants to come."
The Fawn is being dragged along up there. And it's a good thing Fawn is the one being dragged, because he's gonna like this.
Oh, I am?
Yes, you are. I know it's not rocks falling and everyone dying. That would just be part of the course. As you're ushered into a study with an old and distinctive Aarakocra, You can see books lining the walls, and all sorts of subjects.
Ooh, juicy books.
You can see that they cover mathematics, natural philosophy, geography, fabulous creatures, theology, and so forth. And they're old. They look like they might even predate the spell plague itself.
Fawn's just standing there, door open wide, just like, oh my god, I love this place.
I knew his librarian heart would love it. You have chosen wisely. So, as Fawn is having his moment, the elderly Arakakra looks Fitz up and down and gives a chortle greeting. You have questions?
Yeah, we've been searching Chult for some time for something called the Soulmonger. We're wondering if you had any information on it. It's apparently what's been making the undead problems become more of a problem than they usually are.
Soulmonger. Yes, I have heard rumors of such a thing. They've only been more recent in the last few months. Something to do with this death curse that we've heard about. The Soulmonger. A device possibly created by hags, as they are the ones that can make smaller versions.
So he said if they kill it, it makes smaller versions?
No. She said that a device like that sounds like something that a hag would make, but they tend to make smaller versions, something that's like, 1-to-1 ratio.
Ah.
Whereas this seems to be sucking souls away at an alarming rate. The dead.
I've heard you can't res anybody.
Yes, the death curse. This is what happens when a hag takes a soul with a soul bag.
This is like a giant soul bag?
Hence the name Soulmonger. That's what the rumor is, anyway.
So it's probably not a person, it's a thing?
Yeah. I thought we...
I didn't know it was a thing.
I thought we already assumed that it was a thing.
I thought it was a person eating souls.
But why it was created, that is the question. Think of what hags use souls for. Then she kind of pauses and looks at Fitz. Are you aware of what a hag is?
Am I aware of what a hag is? Is that Arcana or?
Arcana. You can roll an Arcana check.
Is Fawn aware of what a hag is?
Considering his book reading, I would say he's got an advantage on a Arcana check.
I don't need your advantage.
Yes, but while Fitz might have heard the term hag, she doesn't actually know what it means. Fawn, on the other hand,
them what men call their wives when they're not,
Fawn knows when somebody's just saying a hag like that, they mean something very specific. That they have their origins in the Feywilds, but also they're kind of like the really evil Fey, some of which went into various planes and gained even more power, such as the Shadowfell and the Infernal Plane as well. That they tend to use souls in various rituals.
Well, if it was created by hags, what crazy ritual would require so many souls?
What indeed? The elder agrees. What sort of power is generated with the consumption, collection, use of so many? Perhaps that is something to ponder.
Perhaps.
Now, is there a reason the rest of you have come before us? Just the questions about the soulmonger?
Well, I guess we happen to be in the area and figured we'd stop by.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything you guys need doing, or can you tell us about the surrounding area?
Could I borrow one of these books?
Are you very careful with books? She kind of stares at you now.
What did she say, sorry?
Are you very careful with books?
Oh, I treasure books. More valuable than gold.
She kind of like makes some of those noises. Perhaps you can talk to says you are going to destroy the soulmonger, yes?
That is the group's plan, yes.
Alright. So, here, as long as you behave as guests and help with a few of our chores, I will allow you to carefully read a book or two. But be aware that we do not harm that we live by simple rules. Harm nobody. Do not steal, do not even lie. Help pull your weight and all shall be shared. And if you are truly here to destroy the soulmonger, then we shall help you with the dance of the 7 winds.
Wow, that is very nice of you. I'd gladly do anything. At least one of these books.
Alright. So that'll be, something to think about for next session.
Yeah.
You guys will be, start getting some chores done, this and that, and getting to, Fawn getting to earn that. As long as Fawn does not actually steal anything. Because if you do, I imagine that they will attack you.
I have no... Well, I'm now duty-bound to not, because I really want to read one of these bloody books. I will not risk that.
Alright, so that'll be it for today, since I know some of you guys are falling asleep, and everything like that. But this seems to be a good place to stop. Kind of fun. We didn't actually end up with any real combat. We did have, the pseudo combat with with the T-Rex and the Retrodon and everything. But that was just for fun.
Do we get any XP for tonight?
Let's see. Yeah, you should earn some XP from all this. Let me think for 1 second. You should get some XP for managing to successfully outwit encounters and all of that. So I am going to give you 400 XP for today's session.
That's at 1150.
Looks like it.
That's what I have.
Yeah, I have it too.
And I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. So I know I have I'm actually going to be out of town one Saturday and one Sunday, but I think it's on the alternate Saturday and Sunday, so I think we should be okay with these sessions. But I'll let you know when I get closer to it.
Alright.
Okie dokie.